Previously on the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
I mean, is your scar starting to heap up a little bit?
I see a shadow there.
It was just windy and
Hold on.
Scar
doesn't do well in the wind.
What the hell?
I mean, I've never heard of a scar, raising with the wind.
Dan, does that happen very often?
Yeah, every day.
Hey, Doc, I know you do scar revisions. My scar only seems to come out when it's windy.
Yeah, just avoid those hurricanes.
So I'll tell you what, buddy. I know you can't see it now because it wasn't real windy, but the next time it's real windy, I'm going to run right into the office so you can take a look at it, okay?
Yes.
Okay.
You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Broadcast rights for the Bubba the Love Sponge Show have been granted to this station by the Bubba Radio Network and is intended solely for the enjoyment of your listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or any other use of this production without the express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is strictly prohibited.
It's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. Do you think there are people like, when the music's playing, they're like, all right now, jump on. What are you doing? Hello?
I think they're enjoying the royalty-free music a little bit too.
I think they want to catch a vibe first.
Yeah. I think
It
they want to
gets them ready for the show.
Right.
Gets us ready for the show.
Yeah, I think we're all on the same page. We're trying to, figure how we jump in, how we...
Double dutch.
Have you ever seen those girls? They can double dutch in.
Yep.
Yeah, we're trying to double dutch in on a crease here. Thank you.
But I like this jam.
I think this is far better than anything we can produce. Let's just ride this bitch out for a little bit, get our minds right. Just take it all in. Deep breaths. Unless you're driving, close your eyes. I got my eyes closed right now.
Me too.
Taking very deep breaths through my nose only. Blitz, hello, buddy.
Hello, friend.
Buddy.
What's up, buddy? What's up, pal? What's up, friend? I'm not your buddy, friend. I'm not your friend, pal. I'm not your pal, buddy. It is Wednesday, August 17th. Let's get right up in these cuts. 2022. I feel like we're at a music festival right now, please. I mean, it's the only show that can make you trip sober. There we go.
Nice.
It's kind of like after you catch your knob your top, how you just kind of like, worm it out.
Mm-hmm.
You just don't abruptly, go, bam. You're like, after you've caught your knob your top, but you sometimes just kind of let it just naturally slip. You know what I'm saying? Just, bam.
Yeah.
You just don't abruptly jump off, immediately.
No way.
Although I do almost do that. I almost jump off immediately and try to get to the shower
You
as
go,
fast as I
and just run.
I might be the world record holder on how fast you get to the shower upon completion. I might have I may be the
Don't
fastest.
you want to just sit and relax for a second?
No, I want to get all that
Let it
nonsense.
linger?
No, I want all that Elmer's washed off immediately.
So it doesn't get like crusty.
Yeah, then I want
if
to come
it's
back.
not on you.
Yeah, well, I got remnants of it.
Okay.
There's some stuff lingering around my body part that I need to get off immediately.
Understood.
Even with somebody like it's super clean and I, have had a long time, like I still, like, not even just strangers, like relationship stuff. I'm off. Pew, I'm into the shower as fast as I can. Bam. Then you need to get into the shower. While I'm back, then I'm going to leave the shower
Do you ever shower
on.
together?
Yeah, sometimes, but it's better not.
It can get hot.
Yeah, you can like
not in a good way. I hear from men because women like hot showers.
Yeah.
And it sounds like guys like a little bit cooler.
Let's just be honest. We're 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 not laying, we've just battled a big war.
Right.
And, we
You need a rest.
No, it's not
our
impressive
stormtrooper
either.
needs a, our stormtrooper
He's
just went
retreating
through.
back to the base.
Right.
Little soldier.
He needs to go back to the to the barracks and reload.
Yeah.
Blitz, he just blew out his entire magazine, right?
And when women take showers, they take showers about, 700 times hotter than men.
Yeah,
Yes.
for some reason I don't understand this. You
I
women,
just said that.
I
for
know.
some reason, have this something, just like we
Do you
don't have.
like it hot? Just before it burns is the best.
Yeah,
And
hot,
all
but
women
like
are the
hot,
same.
hot.
All women are the same. It
Yep.
doesn't matter what color, what shape, what size, bigger, smaller, Jewish, Christian. It doesn't matter.
Yep.
Women like the shower way hotter than us guys do. Like you guys have something going on with yourself. We don't have periods, obviously. Well, you guys got something going on with your body that we can't quite emulate.
It's horrible too.
I'd be like, ah!
I know.
It's so nice and
You're
relaxing.
like, God, let me get home and get my shower, and
I
then
don't-
you go in there because you're going to run all the goddamn hot water out.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. And women are not. I don't think women pay the water bills as much as us men's do. And so they really like to leave the lights on.
Well, they know
and
when it starts to get cold, get out of the shower.
Yeah.
Then
Women
tell
like
you,
to
go
take-
ahead and get
That's a
in.
perfect
Women
that's
like to
perfect
take
time
long.
to get out.
Women like to take long showers, and they like to leave the lights on, and they don't.
What
They're
am,
not.
what am I going to shower in the dark?
No,
he's
but
about the lights everywhere.
Yeah.
Oh no, not me.
No, she doesn't.
Not
Man.
Jewish women.
No. Anna's
no.
like minimal lights.
Yeah.
She'll go
Mini-
around and turn lights off.
Maybe I need
Yes.
with the Jewish girl because my country girl likes to leave the lights on.
No,
My
I do
Lord.
not.
Mine too.
I'll
Yeah.
shower in the dark.
She'll walk
Actually-
outside and leave the front door open for a while, but she turns lights off.
Yeah,
Shut up.
you love me. Ashley, the same
One
way.
time.
Yep, hot
She'll go-
showers and things, but I'm not saying anything.
Two
Hot
times.
She pays
showers,
the water bill.
hot showers, and lights on.
Yep. I'll follow her and just turn them off
Yeah,
behind her.
it's
I'll
my
be a little
job.
bitch.
My
Yep.
job, and then bitch about it.
Yep.
My God, why don't you,
You
turn
walk-
the lights off?
You
And
walk in
then
the
eventually-
bathroom after they take a shower, and it's like the biggest sauna ever.
Yeah,
Can't even see in front of you. There's so much steam.
yeah. You women are lucky you have vaginas. We wouldn't really get along that well.
Nope.
Yeah, no
Oh, look at
ass.
the shoulder game. Look at that. Whoa.
Oh,
I'm trying to be
me.
creepy. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you.
Phew.
Yeah, they're pretty.
Why don't we get that more
swole.
often? Why don't we get that more often?
The swole shoulders.
Yeah, instead of the
How about
homeless.
how about the rear delt?
How about I hate the homeless hoodie look, but this I'm preparing for a fitness show look works.
Yeah, you like that?
Yeah,
It's the
Daddy
only
like-
look I got.
I don't know. We just got into the show.
Did you get to go on your bike ride?
No,
Oh.
Why not?
I actually went home and took a very rare nap.
Unassisted by any substances.
Yeah, like a sober nap.
Oh my god!
That's kind of like a very. I took a sober nap.
And actually fell asleep.
Yeah, for like
Jeez.
40 minutes, and then I started preparing a little bit for our guest today. I went through some stuff on that, printed some stuff out.
Nice.
And then I did some other stuff. And then I was checked on Janie Cakes because she hadn't been feeling well, but she's feeling better now.
Good. I was going to ask about her.
And she'll be ready for the first pitch, Lummy.
Sweet.
She's gonna throw it.
Yeah,
Good for her.
she is. Lummy, yesterday I got, and I'm. By the way, you know that thing that we were talking about, Blitz, right before on the
Yeah,
air?
yeah.
I don't think I'm going to talk about that on the air.
I wouldn't either.
'Cause I'm going to ignore it, just because I don't want to shed light on it.
Yeah, okay, that one. Yeah.
'Cause I think those.
yeah.
I actually think those people are a little bit desperate right now.
They are.
Mhm.
They're freaking out.
By the way, Kevin Hazlett will be on the show. Kevin Hazlett, your 13th district congressional, hopefully Republican candidate, the Republican primary Tuesday. It's pretty much a dead heat between him and this Lana, bold-faced lying bitch, dirty-faced. I mean, the bad thing about it, Anna Luna Polina, is I would hate you even more if you were ugly. But you are pretty hot. Now, I don't know how hot you are natural. I don't know how hot you are when you first wake up with no makeup. Yeah, I think you're a little bit, airbrushed, filtered, a lot of makeup. But I would, show you the infamous two-fingered cul-de-sac technique, which is on the Urban Dictionary, by the way. I think, isn't it? And officially, I've been deemed that guy.
Guess you have.
Hey, Alexa, what is the two-fingered cul-de-sac Jones?
Here's something I found on the web. According to jakearchibald.com, the sack man, also called the bag man or man with the bag/sack, is a figure similar to the bogeyman, portrayed as a man with a
Really?
sack on his back who carries naughty children away.
Okay, thank you.
Naughty.
No, I'm not the sack man or the bag man, and I'm not, hauling naughty children away.
Let me bang.
Let me bang for the backup. The two-fingered cul-de-sac Jones is a technique invented by Bubba the Love Sponge.
This is a sexual fingering method created by Bubba the Love Sponge.
There you go. I was going to tell our guest that today. I was like, hey, I know you're real fancy on your books and how guys are supposed to be dudes and all that kind of deal, but do you have a sexual technique named after you? Because I do. What do you think his reaction is going to be like on that, Anna?
I don't know.
Should that be a question I shouldn't put in?
Yeah, probably not.
What do you mean, why not? We're talking about being a man.
All right, fine.
No, I was just going to say, hey, Rolo.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're not a man until you have a sexual position
your
named after you.
your whole world is, the rational male. You kind of are kind of a guide to how a man can be a man and what women want and the mistakes that men make and all that kind of that's what your whole world is.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate that, and I think you're killing it and you're doing a good job, and I've looked at some of your advice. Got some questions about a few things. But hey, what do you think about me being the ultimate male and the fact that I have a sexual technique that's been named after me?
I think you'll be very impressed.
I mean, we have the missionary position. I don't know who invented that. We got the doggy position.
Not God.
We got, face effing. There's various things like hot Carls and Cleveland steamers, and there's all kinds of little funky little names for crazy stuff that people do or don't do. But I actually have a technique, and you can Google it. It's called the two-fingered cul-de-sac Jones. And I got a sexual technique named after me, buddy.
Right. Not many people can say that, if any.
I mean, David Lee Roth doesn't have the David Lee Roth.
Nope. No, he does not.
Gimmick. Bon Jovi doesn't have the Bon Jovi boning.
Oh.
Hey, bone me Bon Jovi, baby. Wouldn't even know what that meant. If a girl
Right. No
told me
one
that.
would, because it's not a thing.
That's right. Nobody would know. But if a girl said, hey, would you give me the two-fingered cul-de-sac Jones? One may not know about it, but after you researched
You're going to know.
You'd see, one, I invented it. Two, I didn't really invent it. I just am the most public person to talk about it, please. But if you were to perform that technique, let me just ask this question. This is a question I can't believe I haven't asked so far. Anna.
Yes.
Blitz is one of my best friends. God. Blitz.
What?
You know where I'm going with.
Oh, yeah.
All right, so let's just maybe I just stop with what I'm saying and you just say yes or no.
Not quite, but kind of.
Because Blitz,
learned
that technique from me, one of his best friends. I mean,
Yeah.
You always if your best friend has a technique, you do it.
I mean, he's never said like, "Here comes the cul-de-sac Jones."
I know, but okay.
But I do say it like that though.
And I like the arm motion that you
Yeah.
do.
I get golly gee, here it comes.
Golly gee, Anna Hum, I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm fixing to give you the two-finger cul-de-sac Jones. Get on all fours. You want it that way? You want the curveball, or you want to come here? Which one do you want? Curveball is on all fours. Come here is on your back.
And then I say, "Sure, potty."
Sure.
And then we do it.
Sure, buddy. I hope you're not doing your Bubba impersonations as you're getting ready to do. Blitz probably actually plays me while asking.
Yes,
Hey, Anna.
Yeah, that's how we role play.
Do you want my famous technique?
No, I make her play Bubba.
Oh. Hey, Blitz, let me tell you something. I need you to give me my most famous technique on myself. Give me self's technique on myself.
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Anna.
Yeah.
Okay, let me just ask you another question.
Sure.
Hope I'm not getting on that.
No, I like these questions.
Have with, the other Pockets and Marbles and all the other people, Tomas and all the other people.
I did.
Yeah,
Okay.
Pockets and Marbles. All the other dudes you're banging.
Yeah.
Okay, whatever. I'm sorry. I don't know your banging roster. There's only one that matters to me.
I never touch pockets.
Okay, fine. It's the ongoing rib. I always
And
call.
I never will.
I always call whoever's been to that home. I always call Pocket or Marbles. You know that.
Yeah.
So with the guy with the man boobs in Detroit and Toma, just the men's that you've been with. I guarantee you that no other person that you've been with sexually has ever broke out that technique now, have they?
No.
That's never been used on you. And I gotta think that if that technique was properly applied, that it was pleasurable for you.
Right, but it never was used on me.
Oh, it's never been used on you?
No, up until,
She didn't say
no.
it never was used on her.
I said up until that point.
Okay, so you've
of
never
being with
experienced
Blitz.
that.
Right.
And now that you have,
Yes.
is it enjoyable?
Yes.
Okay,
Yes.
there you go.
It's in the repertoire of moves.
Hall of Fame
Shiver business, zero business.
Candy Prince, 10,000.
Thank you, Hall of Famer. So, I mean, as much as I've sat back here and talked about it and people go, oh my God, now you are almost like the perfect spokesperson for that technique, and the fact that, you never had heard of it, you never had it.
Right.
And now you
first
have.
time user.
From a woman's perspective, us guys can sit here and tell you all day how good it is, and we've been with X amount of girls and they really liked it, and they did this and they did that. But to hear it from a woman.
Right.
Say, hi, my name's Anna. I'm a Jewish girl, and I've never had that prior.
Yeah, that's the testimonial you need.
And my Lord. I mean, Anna, is it
Yeah.
not? Is it if properly
Applied or
performed?
Yes.
Is it not mind blowing at times?
Yes. It blows my mind.
Well,
it's
now-
good. Proud of you.
I feel like as if you're patronizing
I'm
me.
not.
I do. I feel like you're just telling me what I want to hear, so we can get the hell out of this topic immediately.
Oh, I never do that.
Okay. Yeah, you do it all the time, bitch.
Of course I do.
So listen, today's after show, I got a hard 1050. I got a hard 1050.
Me too.
Yeah, yours is 10.5. Mine is 1050 Eastern, my friend. Our 1050s are different. Blitz is 10.5 inches, hop a rop dop, and I have to be out of here to go to the in order to make it to the doctor by 11:30.
Are you okay?
No, every 3 months I go to my
Do you have an
primary.
anal lesion?
Oh, okay.
Oh,
You
sorry.
guys know every 3 months I go to my primary and get my blood work done. That's that's one of the reasons why I'm probably way healthier than the average 289-pound, 56-year-old.
289, that's great.
Well, okay, I was 289 this morning.
Good job.
So what I'm saying is, 5'10", 289 pounds, 56-year-old guy rolling around. I'm probably like the Brad Pitt of that demo,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
So one of the reasons why is because I get my blood work done every 3 months. Boom. And they can make minor tweaks and things like that, to it. My cholesterol, they can that's just how you find out how healthy you are. It's how you find out if you have cancer. You got prostate problems. You got,
anything that's just different from baseline, they would get immediately.
Right. Like, little adjustments on you're a little bit low on iron, or you're a little bit high on calcium, or you're a little bit high on your cholesterol, or your blood pressure's,
Right.
If you never go to the doctor, then you never know about that.
Yeah, like me.
So I go to the doctor every 3 months. I get my blood work done every 3 months. And I know, actually, Blitz, I almost get my blood work done instead of 8 times a year, because I also give blood every 120 days. So I'm just a blood-giving son of a bitch.
Mhm.
Here's what I'm thinking, Blitz. If I keep getting rid of all this old blood that might be bad, because your body makes new blood.
Yeah.
New blood's better than old blood. It's like never changing the oil on your car.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really is, that's what a doctor told me once time, that if you give blood, then your body only makes new blood when it has to, through cuts or, things like that.
Blood cells die and
Mm-hmm.
create new ones.
Right, but at a quicker rate when you're donating blood.
Right, of
For
course.
sure.
And so new blood is better than old blood.
Women do it every month.
That's
Sure
true.
do.
That's probably why women live longer.
Yeah.
I mean, no, I did hear that was one of the reasons, is because women's
I'm sure it's a factor.
the period had something to do with, having better, like you're getting rid of bad stuff. What are you, pooping out an egg? Is that what a period is?
That's exactly what it is. Poop out an egg.
Pretty much.
Well,
Throughout my cloaca.
You're excreting. Your fallopian tube is releasing an egg that goes down through your plumbing and out your vagina. Am I right?
Yes.
and then it sheds the uterine lining.
Correct.
As the fallopian egg is being discharged.
Did you just look this up this morning?
No,
or?
I swear to God.
Oh, okay.
And Bubba, you were correct. It says,
I swear to God, like that's just off of just me rolling around.
Yeah, that's good. That's exactly what happens.
Dr. George Saunders says, when you have your period, you lose some iron every month. This can help lengthen your lifespan and may be one reason why women live longer than men.
Nailed it.
There you go. There you go. So I'm going to my every 3-month checkup. Blood. See, I went and gave blood last week, Blitz, and then this week they read it. So I didn't even tell you guys about my giving my blood because that was Wednesday, our last day on the air.
Mm-hmm.
I had a little bit of a mishap.
Oh, no.
What happened?
So when I'm going to my primary doctor every 3 months, the week before they make me go to, Quest LabCorp, they write me a prescription to go get my blood taken, and then those results get sent to my doctor, and then when I go in there, she has them, and we go through them. Sometimes, Blitz, they email them to me, too.
Okay.
But sometimes they don't. I haven't got a copy of them. But that requires me to go the week before to the blood donation. And I think there's like...
Wait, that's different than you giving blood?
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
Just, okay.
Giving blood, donating blood is the One Blood Corporation on the big red bus.
Okay.
But when you're doing blood for your doctor, you go to Quest or LabCorp.
Yeah, and then
one
they
of those
read the lab results to you the next week.
Right.
Okay.
So, Blitz, I go to the same place. Lummy, it's right by the stadium.
Yeah, right by One Buck Place.
It's actually in between the stadium and One Buck Place. It's a big building. It's like 4 floors.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I've given blood there, too.
Yeah, it's like, but that's where LabCorp is. And then the building between the One Buck Place and the stadium is Quest.
Mm-hmm.
But just on the other building across the street is a LabCorp, right?
Yes.
So I always give it Quest, right? But so I go online and I'm, get the little Google Maps deal out, and I accidentally make an appointment with LabCorp, where I go, usually Quest. So they give you this QR code where I go, Quest. They give you this QR code, Blitz. You get there 5 minutes before you hit your QR code.
Yeah, Quest is great.
And it's boom. 5 minutes later, they got a woman that brings you the back. But it's the best.
Yeah, no, Quest is A+.
The best.
Mm-hmm.
So that's where I've gone. Like the last 3 times I've given blood, that's where I've gone. So I go to make an appointment. Well, I really made an appointment with LabCorp, not Quest.
Oh, no.
But I go to Quest. Plus, I know the girls at Quest, Blitz. Like, I know them.
Yeah.
They're like 3 or 4 African-American ladies. There's this Hispanic guy and a white guy.
And the one recognized you.
And so, yeah, last time I went, she recognized me, and then I had the merch crick send them some Bubba Army shirts and stuff.
Nice.
So I roll in. My appointment's at 2:45. This is last Wednesday. So I get there at 2:30, and I go and take my little QR code, and I hit the little, put my QR code into their QR code reader. Says, sorry, no appointment found. Please enter your phone numbers. I'm like, okay. I just roll around life half stupid. So then I hit my phone number, I hit my number. Boom. Nothing found. Please use your email. Okay. So I'm punching on AOL.com. Boom. No, sorry. We don't have anything. So happens to be the African-American woman who knew me last time is kind of like, can see me. She goes, Bubba, we're closed. Like they closed at 3. So their last patients had already left. That's why. So I walked in the waiting room, and usually at Quest, there's like 8 people.
Yeah.
I walk right in, nobody there. Like, wow, okay, maybe I'm the last appointment or something. I don't know. Everybody's back. Well, they were closing. That was the problem. They were closing, and I was at the wrong place. So she goes, I go, I got an appointment for 2:45. Jasmine, or whatever her name is. She goes, man, thank you for those T-shirts you sent. No, by the way, my
Deion Sanders?
my African-American impersonation is just Deion Sanders for everyone.
Yeah.
Unless it's Ty J. They'd be like, this is Ty J. Armstrong, the baddest brother in New York ever. I'm from Detroit ever. If you ever ask anybody that played for the Buccaneers and you say who was the toughest guy in the locker room, like not who was the most popular guy, the highest paid, but who was the biggest thug?
Brad Johnson.
That you had to really worry about, like Lummy, the guy that will absolutely at the end of the day whip your ass.
Yeah, you want to be on his good side.
Yeah, It always comes back Ty J. Armstrong.
Really?
Always. No matter if you ask the kicker, you ask Sapp, we've asked
That's
All-Stott.
Detroit for you.
I mean, here's the former Bucks that we've asked, Lummy, right?
Yep.
All-Stott,
Okay.
Sapp,
Yep.
who's the guy that has a sports show?
Ian Beckles.
Ian. Everybody we've ever asked, I've asked Derek Brooks. All four of those guys, when I asked them, hey, who was the baddest thug like in the locker room that you were most afraid of, like kicking your ass, shoot style? Man, Ty J. Armstrong.
It was unanimous.
Yeah, like he's just a bad mother effer. So she recognizes me, and she goes, "We're closed. You can't." I said, "I got an appointment for 2:45," and she's like, "We're closed. Our last appointment's for 2:15." She goes, "Let me see your phone." So I gave her my phone. She goes, "You're supposed to be across the street at LabCorp." And now she takes it personal because, she's my girl.
It's like, what the hell?
Competition.
She's like, and what the hell you doing over there, Bubba?
Yeah, why are you cheating on me?
And I'm like, Jasmine, I didn't even know. I thought I was coming here. She's like, get your ass back. So she went and took my paperwork and did all my blood. And
she
did all my blood and filled out all my paperwork and got my blood done, because it doesn't matter whether it's her or LabCorp. It's going, they're going to send the results to my doctor and my insurance pays it, or, whatever. I get a bill for it. So Blitz, she went and pulled all my blood, worked overtime, because all the other girls were leaving.
Of course.
Like, oh, God bless. So I'm going to cater lunch today over there Friday. I'm taking lunch over there.
Well, what are you getting them?
I can't. Domino's.
Nice. Nice.
That's what they wanted.
Of course.
I go, I said, what do you think the girls would want for lunch? She's like, I don't know. I said, knowing that I got
How about Domino's or Domino's?
I brought up Domino's because I know that, just blow a call into Bean.
Right.
I need 5 pizzas. I need 27 wings. I need 4 of the brownie gimmicks. I need some of the apple critters. Some of the
so that's Friday, you said, right?
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. I'll stop by.
A Quest?
Yeah,
Sure.
we're also getting our blood work done.
No, you know what she said? Hey, Bubba, man, come to the... She gave me the back door and code to get in through the back door. She goes, just come in through the back door. So I'm coming in through the back door, and I'm providing lunch for her.
That's so sweet.
God bless her.
You coming in through the back door and providing lunch?
Yeah.
Hey.
Couldn't ask for anything better.
Do lunch after.
So I got a hard out 10:50 today. So I hope you guys don't get mad. But so I'm thinking, Blitz, let's start the after show like 10:15.
Okay.
If we could.
Yeah.
Does that give you enough time to throw it
Yeah,
down?
it doesn't even matter. Yep.
All right.
It's all good.
What do you mean doesn't even matter?
Like I could wait another hour.
No. No. I mean, I want you to get some food in your hole.
Okay, I'll get some food in my hole.
Hello?
You think Janessa Brazil needs some apples?
Pardon?
What? What's that, buddy?
Janessa Brazil, listen.
Yeah, so this is the Janessa Brazil guy.
Yeah. What about her?
You think she loves apples?
Of course she does.
She loves apples, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's interesting.
Yeah,
She
it
likes
is.
the MacBook Pro the best, I bet.
Oh, yeah.
Maybe the iPad.
Are you masturbating to Janessa right now?
I am.
Oh, what?
Just saying. What's your premise of your phone call, buddy?
I was wondering if Janessa Brazil loves apples.
I think she probably likes apples as a fruit, and I know she does. And I know that she likes apples as a computer, and I know she's got an iPhone. Is there any more creepy you can become, my friend? Why don't you leave us alone?
He always like that.
So let me.
Oh, Domino's doesn't open until 10:30.
I know, but I can put my order in. Tom Bean will have me all set up. I'll call Pete, the guy that runs the store, and get all. Literally, they'll bring it right to my deal, right out to my window, to my pickup truck.
Nice.
So let me. I got this guy. You know, the guy that always talks crap about you.
Yeah.
And, I befriended this guy and got this guy. This guy, he reached, I don't think he got a hold of the Merch Crick, or he emailed the show or Facebook the show or something like that. Make a long story short, I gave him my personal email because I found the guy interesting in what he did. He still works for an equipment manufacturer, and he was a former recruiter for some pretty big, college football teams.
Yeah.
And, I thought he was a pretty cool guy. Now, he's always been critical of you. He's the guy that said he supposedly scouted you and all this kind of stuff. And he never, like, he always, anytime he can talk crap about you, he does. And I tell him, like, listen, stop with all that. And like, well, yesterday he went too far.
Oh, thank you, sir.
And he emailed me just some really, really mean-spirited, like, just went through your whole high school career and your college career and where you said you've played and all this kind of deal, and just like was just completely being a complete dick and saying the only reason that you got to play your senior years because your dad had money. And
I didn't play my senior year, really. I played 3 games. So once again, the guy is full of crap, and there's no way he knows my career.
I understand that.
Yeah, but obviously his dad didn't have that much money.
But I
played 3 games at a crappy private school my senior year that didn't win a game.
All right. Well, anyway, Lummy.
Because he doesn't know.
I know, but he just has entrenched himself into being obsessed with talking bad about you. And I'll allow that to a certain extent. So,
probably Uncle Mark.
And so anyway, he went too far yesterday. And I'm not going to read his email to me because it's very mean-spirited. And it's just, it's just like not cool. And I'm not going to read anything like that about somebody that I care about. But here, I would like to share my response to him. And so, Lummy, this is what I wrote. I'd had enough. I kind of had a meltdown.
No.
I'm not. His name's, by the way, his first name's Cliff, and that's all I'm going to say.
What's up, Cliff?
I said, I've tolerated you constantly being negative and picking apart my show and co-hosts apart. Deep down, I think you're a good guy, but I simply will not respond any further after today's dressing down of Lummy. What Lummy did or did not do in sports is an absolute non-factor in what I feel he brings to the show and me personally as a very dear friend. He knows his role within our little on-air family, and he works his ass off behind the scenes. We're done here. I've tried like hell to have a friendly email back-and-forth relationship as I trusted you with my personal email, and you've totally overstepped. I don't give most of my listeners a direct tether to me via email, but your past football scouting and knowledge drew my interest. I should have stuck to my guns and not given you this access. Shame on me. I wish you well.
Well, thank you, Bubba.
I think that's a good little, F you, ain't it? I mean, he was just totally inappropriate. And blamed, just kept using the fact that your father had so much money and that's why you're able to go to do this and do that. And I was just like, man, are you that obsessed with Lummy? Like, I mean, how pathetic are you, buddy?
I wish that was the case with my dad. Maybe I could have actually got to a real school. Not PHEC.
Maybe you wouldn't be driving a crappy-ass truck.
Exactly.
It's got trees
Dear
in the
Cliff,
back.
man, look at Lummy's truck.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lummy, that's another thing. Are you going to get, I mean, you could probably get 10 more miles to the gallon if you didn't have 5,000 pounds of a garden in your truck.
Yeah, now that we...
it's so bad now that you're actually going to have to shovel. It's going to be quite the job just to get it clean.
Well, I'm sure the roots are probably holding the dirt in now.
Yeah, the roots might be wrapped around the rear end.
Plants growing in the back.
You might have roots around your rear end.
Well, last time I went to one of those car washes, with the pressure washer, one of those pull-up ones with coins, and I just take a pressure washer and just blow out all the dirt there.
Boy, I bet the owner of the car wash really loves you.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you do it at a certain time that no one's there. So.
Right. Lummy, I still think that the dirt is so thick that a power washer wouldn't get through it. I really don't.
Well, you got to shovel it first.
Yeah.
I mean, Lummy, first of all, did you get the box of Huggies off?
No, I have not done that. Because once we left her, I had to get home because we're having problems with our babysitter. She's sick, so I had to get home.
Stupid bitch.
You got to get home today, too?
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm planning on, since now we're able to leave a little earlier, I'm going to make my stop and drop off most of the stuff.
Oh, you mean you're going to dumpster dive?
Yeah.
You mean right in the middle of the day? Dumpster diz right in the middle of the diz?
Not at that one, at the other one.
Jesus, Lummy.
Sometimes
Very brazen.
I know. So if I'm not here tomorrow, it's because I got in trouble.
Because you got arrested.
Yeah.
Blitz, where's Lummy? In jail for what? Dumpster diving.
Illegal dumpster. They have them on tape 20 times.
Lummy, I'm going to mow. After the doctor, I'm coming back here to mow my part of the back.
Okay.
And then you're going to, by the end of the week, you said, perhaps, maybe?
Yeah. Oh, no, 100%. I'll get it weed whacked and cut down.
Now, I'm talking about the back of the pond, too.
Yeah,
I'll do some of it. I can do a lot of the front part of the pond. I just can't get around the pond in the back there.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah,
So if you could get the banks, you know, and I'll get the rest.
No problem.
You good with that?
Yes, sir.
All right. If I break now, we'll be right on time and we can reset. And let me, I'm not going to tolerate Cliff talking bad about you, my friend.
Thank you for the kind words.
No problem.
And F off, Cliff.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Oh, man.
Good morning, little Wolvers.
Good.
Trade Snizuk. That was a great guy. Cliff's a dick. Big Buck from Charleston. Cliff's just upset because he was the guy in middle school that scored 3 touchdowns in a game. Not even 5 like Al Bundy. Good morning, Diablo Dane. Country Girl 92.
Hi, country girl.
Cable Dog, Hall of Famer. Douchebag. Trog? That's what it is. Morning, Brave Farm, John's Island, Lemmy's Trip, Bubba Army for Life. Good morning. That's right. Organic Gene, Diablo Dane, 17 months. That's right, Pippi Short Joker. Hugger, please, 52 months. Tonight we ride 100 bits. Big Lunger, good morning. R3, Lie, Sob, 3R, good morning. Scary Larry. Resubs, nice. Here we go. Amiley 041977, 19 months.
Anna, did you see my Tourette's girl?
I did, yes.
Could you not get enough of her?
Yeah, it's one of those guilty pleasures for sure.
High five, Girl Scout.
There's a few sea lions and African penguins.
Fuck off.
I like how, Tourette's is usually like, they never say nice things. I'm sure that's a joke somewhere, but it's always like, fuck off, cunt, bitch, racial slur.
Howard's got a small dick hunter. She had like 5 or 6 of them.
Yeah.
I always wanted to put a Tourette's person on my show, and I don't think that the FCC,
Jackson,
you'd be like, you're going to tell a disabled person they can't work?
Oh.
Right?
What if they said some like really heinous shit?
You can't help it.
Hype Trade, Red Beer 313 kicked it off. 26 months.
Is there a hype train right now?
Hype Train right now.
Right now?
Right now.
I'm just trying to
Right now.
Trying to prep my motherfucking show. Okay, here's what I want.
Arizona Patriots, 75 gifted us up. Woo!
Right now?
Right now. You love it, Trog. 485 gold right now. Halo of Flies, 100 bits. Whoop, whoop. Machina's Drugs McGee, 36 months back, 13 months. Crazy Rock, 82 bits. Tuna Hot Shot, 1,000 bits. November 140 kilobytes, 39 months. Slowing.
It's slow?
2 minutes and 30. Oh, we're on level 3.
It should be good.
Yeah.
Come on, Lummy, get it going, Cuzzo.
I had to refresh my screen, make sure we wasn't missing it.
Couch dinner.
What the fuck? There's no chat. That's a person. Sarge 311, 44 months. Big Arms 101, 48 months. Level 4. Woo!
Hype it up. Snizzuk. Salizair.
FTE Hector, 46 months. Fred Farm John's Island, gifted 5 subs. Thanks, Fred Farm John's. Good morning, Rudy.
There we go. Got a minute 15 on the Clizza.
T-shirt Will, 1,500
Thank
bits.
you, T-shirt Will. Almost level 5. Oh! We're in level 5 land.
Well, I mean, we got a dumpster key. Why can't we use ours?
I figured I wouldn't fill theirs up with that shit.
Use it for a little bit.
I could throw, I could throw a couple, like 2 boxes in there.
Let's go!
What's up, Big Lunger? Redbeard 313. Let's see.
46 months and chromosomes.
Rudy.
Future.
Cracker Chris 79, 43 months.
2 non-stock, 1,000 bits.
Good morning, TC Gonzalez, 28.
I mean, this is my. I'm gonna do a financial freedom now.
Okay.
And this is my last one of the week.
Okay. Redbeard kicks it off. Redbeard conductor. Redbeard. Over the unit.
It's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. If you're buried in bills and trying to keep up with all the signature loans and internet loans and timeshares and credit cards, inflation's all kicking us in the ass, and maybe your debt is just too much. Let's face it. These stimulus bills and this free money they're handing out probably isn't going to us. They're not playing with us, my friend. They're pulling it against us. You can get total financial freedom by calling 866-844-7344. With every sign-up, they're going to give you a copy of their brand new book written by their CEO, The Debt Dietitian. They've been in business 15 years, and if you're having issues with your debt and you want to lower your monthly payment, call them. They've been with the Better Business Bureau for over 15 years with an A-plus rating, no complaints, and you can trust these people. Total financial freedom. 866-844-7344. Lummy, where are you with your
train
time?
complete.
Completed.
Hall
Who are your big slinging D's on the day?
Famer, Hierarchy 65, 5,000 bits. T-shirt Will, 2 knock Doc, Bright Farm, John's Island. Woo!
Everybody, whether those are people that are already qualified and they're just helping the month out, or you're trying to you got till about the middle of September to get your $2,400 in to qualify for this year's Bubba Army Royalty Party.
Whoop, whoop.
I know that I think Melissa Carpenter, there's a handful of people that are approaching the finish line and are trying to wrap up their 2,400. It would be best for us if you had it in by the 1st, to be honest with you. We're trying to get all the ring sizes and names and all that completed about 30 days sooner than we usually do, so that we
Good call. So it's all set.
Yeah.
For the party.
So we can have them. This past year we didn't get the rings until a month later, and then we had to send them all out. Everybody got them. I don't know that anybody that didn't get their ring that was qualified to have one. But it's just, I mean, God, just the postage alone was like $1,000 to send them all out, because it's like they were like $7 a ring, because I had to insure them and all that, and tracking and all that. So if you're trying to get about 2 weeks to get your money in, we always say the 15th, but I really like to make it the 1st if we could. Blitz, did you see that Tourette's girl that I sent you and Anna?
Yeah.
I got into a little bit of a Tourette's vortex yesterday.
I saw.
And
Was it kind of late?
Yeah, a little
was
bit.
Was it past 4 p.m.?
Yeah, a little bit for me. I got into a 4 p.m. Tourette's kind of deal, and I think maybe I'm the only one that found it funny because I didn't get a lot of reaction back. I sent it to my mom, my sister, Blitz, and Anna. Didn't really get much,
Well, I think part of the issue was you sent a screenshot rather than like sending a link to it.
Oh yeah.
So then we had to go in and find it, and then was that TikTok you were on?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't even have that.
Sorry.
Had to find her on Instagram.
So anyway, there's this girl, and she's got Tourette's. And listen, I'm not trying to say anything bad about Tourette's. In fact, I thought years ago, I asked Randy Michaels when, during the 98 Rock days when I was just starting to assemble my show and the characters and the working co-hosts and things like that. I wanted to get a Tourette's person as a co-host. And then, the obvious, come back to that is, well, they're going to say bad words and things that are finable. I'm like, yeah, but I don't know if the FCC could necessarily impose those fines if you're
caused by disability.
You got a disability person that's, that already can't be on, media's not usually disability people friendly. So you got a media source that's willing to give this person of a major disability a job and make them a star and a co-host of a show, and now you're going to, because of one of their disabilities, one of their things within their disability causes them to have
the N-word.
They scream.
Oh, sorry.
You would have to find the right Tourette person, and there is just some words you could tick that wouldn't work. But anything that wasn't racial, I think you could almost say that, man, you're gonna not allow a person that has a disability a job that wants to work in the media. But I think you could almost work around it under the FCC. I don't know that you can shut a person with Tourette's down under the American Disabilities Labor, the laws that they have, right? Mm-hmm. and some of these, man, they really
let it fly.
Oh, they do.
I know.
Can you imagine if you had, if you had Tourette's on and we're like, yeah, you're like, let me tell you something, you CS'er.
Yep.
She's got big OTs.
Right? Sorry, I got Tourette's.
Yeah, I'll be like, Anna, you okay?
It's a disease in my brain.
Right. And I would hate to be the commissioner or the agency that told that person they can't be on the radio. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You could almost reverse heat them. You're like, okay, we're going to get an FCC fine and whatever. But, I mean, who else is going to put this person on the radio?
No one.
Nobody. We're trying to give this disabled person a chance.
Right. Equal opportunity employer.
Yeah.
There you go.
I mean, right? They're like, in today's woke world, you can be like,
that's next.
Right.
Transgenders are having their day in the limelight right now, but next is Tourette's. We got to get ahead of it.
We got to get ahead of it. We got to get a Tourette's person in here.
Yeah.
And it's
what? Yeah. I like our jobs.
Look at Johnny wet blanket.
Well, I like our jobs.
Blitz, how about if
you guys can fall on that sword if you'd like. I kind of like our jobs.
What about a show, a podcast?
Oh, that'd be fine.
Right.
The only issue would be broadcast FM.
Right, and where you're right, but John Cracchiola and Lynn Martin and Bruce Midori, I mean,
it's easy to say that now when you don't have a person that's going to shout the F word every 4 seconds.
Yeah.
Wait till you actually bring one in and see what he says.
Now, Blitz, though, you're right. It could be a problem, but wouldn't that be a show you'd want to listen to?
Hold on.
If you're listening to a show and a guy goes, let me tell you something, mother effer. F you, F you, F you. And you're like, okay.
Absolutely.
Johnny, you okay? Yeah, I'm good. I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
Anyway, the Cubs won. The Brewers won. You mother son of a big tease, big tease, big tease.
I would love to listen to that show.
I couldn't get enough of it on TikTok. I couldn't get enough of it anywhere. Can you imagine if Gayle King, if one of her co-hosts, maybe that smooth brother, what was that?
Nate
Burleson?
That smooth ass brother who I like naturally, but if he had Tourette's, Nate's smooth as hell, and he'd be like, Whatever.
Yeah.
Nice ass. Nice. Big T's. Nice ass.
You know who has Tourette's is Billie Eilish.
Oh, she does?
Yeah. I don't know if she screams obscenities, but she definitely has Tourette's, and she's talked about it.
Oh.
She has more of like the less fun like tick Tourette's, where she's like, yeah. But she definitely talks about it.
I don't want anybody to think that I'm making fun of Tourette's, because I am, in fact, on the other end of the spectrum, where I would like to give.
You're trying to represent them.
Yeah,
I wish I could give a Tourette's person a chance to be on the radio.
Yeah, I mean, I watch Sweet Anita, so.
I mean, I don't watch it. I mean, it is funny. But I also watch it and then be like, man, can you imagine? It's funny, but can you imagine having that?
Yeah, it's a nightmare.
To have to live that life, and that everywhere you go, because the way that I understand Tourette's people, when they are stimulated, and whether it's just walking through, a store, which causes some type of visual stimulation because you're not in your home, it's a different environment. You're happy or sad. You want to buy this. You don't want to buy that. Whatever stimulation you may get, living your life will cause you to tick, and they can't help it. Like, they literally cannot stop it. It's like when the doctor hits your knee, and the reaction, and they literally cannot stop it. And the more they suppress it, the more it kind of builds up.
So they have to just let it out.
And then they have like what they call like a major or a super tick or a bad episode or something like that. And, I want to be the first radio guy that gives that person an opportunity to be on, to be, a star.
Well, I support that. Maybe on a podcast, though.
Yeah. How do we find somebody with Tourette's?
I'm sure we could find
Yeah,
somebody.
I'm sure there's a bunch of people listening that have Tourette's.
Really?
Yeah. I'm sure.
Well, I mean, I need one.
I don't know if we want to summon these people to call in, but.
Well, and then here's the deal. You're going to get these people that are fake.
Of course.
And like I was watching some Tourette stuff last night, and there were like these legitimate Tourette's people be like, there's these people that try to fake it and just to get views and things like that, and it's so
Oscar.
And it's so disrespectful to us that really have it, because the ones that have Tourette's say they can figure out a fake in about 5 seconds.
Sure. Yeah.
Whether you're fake.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I can too.
You can sniff it out.
Yeah. For the most part. But if you know anybody who has Tourette's, I'd love to, maybe have them, come into the studio and do a podcast or just do a show. Where we put it, I don't know that we could actually broadcast it live, but we could do a show and record it. Certainly put it up on podcast, and then Blitz, maybe figure out if we could put it anywhere else. But we probably need to find somebody with Tourette's first.
Yeah.
Email us show@thebubbaarmy.com or call in 813-90-BUBBA.
So,
is this a Tourette's deal?
Yeah, this is Billie Eilish on David Letterman, his show, and you can kind of see some of her ticks. She lets it fly a little bit.
On to fly?
No, I'm ticking.
I'm sorry. Did that bring that on?
The lights.
Really?
See, again, on a stimulation, like any type of stimulation could cause them to tick.
Yeah, I actually learned a lot about it through her on this interview.
I've looked, I've read up on it a little bit too.
Wow.
If you film me for long enough, you're gonna see lots of ticks.
Is that okay or not okay?
I don't care.
Can I ask you anything about this?
Yeah, absolutely. No, it's really weird. I haven't talked about it at all. The most common way.
He's such a good interviewer. He really disarms you, and he's very polite about it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, and the more polite you are, the more I think the more a person might open up about something. Right?
Yeah, it's probably easier without the audience there too.
Right, you're right.
People react is they laugh because they think I'm trying to be funny, right? They think I'm going as a funny move, and so they go and I am always left incredibly offended by that.
Yeah.
Or they go what?
Yeah.
And I'm and then I go, I have Tourette's, and then
well, see, I was guilty of that because
no, but you.
Yeah, but we're sitting here talking, everything's fine, and then and because I'm me, I think I've said something that's pissed you off. I just thought, oh, she's fed up with me.
Yeah.
But that's me.
But that's what's funny is like. So
Dave's like, I got a whole other set of problems.
Yeah.
How many people have it that you would never know?
Sister girl, can you get rid of that? I mean, those
nails.
Those nails. Like,
how
the
can
nail.
you do anything? You can't write. You can barely use your phone.
And what circles of fashion find that hot?
A
All of them
Yeah.
nowadays.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, that's.
Well, but
that's
if
the
Anna
thing.
at a 35-year-old female, and me at what I am, and Lummy at you are, and Blitz what you are, and the Ginger, did you show up today, Ginger? Are you over there, kid?
I believe he's here.
All right. And none of us find it. I mean, so we're all different types of shape, sizes, and demographics, and all of us find that hideous, right?
Oh, yeah.
Anna, don't you think it's?
I mean,
as a girl,
I don't like it. I don't like
It's
the way it looks.
hideous.
It's way too long, and it's clearly you can't use your hands.
Yeah, like
you're
what's
disabling yourself.
Girls that are trying to have like these Nicki Minaj, these Billie Eilish, really, really over the top, like 3 or 4 inch fingernails. Like, what am I missing? Like, what are you trying to do here?
It's just like a fashion trend. I don't know.
Artists came forward and said, "I've actually always had
Well,
Tourette's,"
that's what
and
I
I'm
was
not going to
wondering.
out them because they don't
No,
want to
no,
talk
I
about
understand
it.
that.
But that was actually really interesting
Yeah.
to me because I was like, "You do? Like
Yeah.
what?"
Thank you for including me in this. I appreciate it.
Thank you for asking. I'm very happy talking about it.
I hope to God what we've done here didn't exacerbate this.
No, not at all.
Okay, I know nothing about this.
No, I actually really love answering questions about it because it's very, very interesting.
He's so good.
Yeah, I think she ticks like right at the beginning. You kind of
Yeah, well, she doesn't tick the way I like to tick.
Yeah.
I like a whole another level
Mhm.
of ticking.
Yeah. More outbursts.
Yeah, I like the girl last night, man. I just couldn't get enough of her. What was her? Bailey? I don't know what her name was.
Yeah, Dupree.
Bailey Dupree. And I first found out about. I was on Facebook doing something in it, and she was on Dr. Phil.
Yeah, that's how she became quote unquote famous.
And she blurted out Dr. Phil was bald. Let me find me the.
I'm
What's her
trying
name?
to look for it.
Yeah,
Dupree, you said?
Yeah.
Bailey Dupree.
Bailey
And it's
Dupree
spelled-
on
the Bailey's spelled kind of weird.
on
Balin.
Dr. Phil.
I think it's Baylen.
It looks like there's a lot of articles, websites lately that have said it's fake.
Hold on, this guy here.
She's
It said
fake.
it's what?
It's fake.
No, she's not.
That's what.
Bubba knows. He's an expert.
I actually saw. I actually
5 seconds.
I actually watched 3 or 4 videos about people.
My name is. You're not.
Did you watch her cooking videos?
No. But I
gotta be honest. I kind of thought they were fake when I was watching that.
here's the girl with Tourette's.
My name is. You're not. You're not. My name is Balin. I suffer with Tourette syndrome. Yeah. I started showing myself on TikTok having Tourette's because other people were making me feel ashamed of who I was. When I
See,
went
I don't think Dr. Phil would have a fake one on. I think that they would maybe do their due diligence more than, because
I hope so.
I know, because and I saw, Lummy, that some people thought that she was fake, but I also saw 3 or 4 other people that had Tourette's have been diagnosed with Tourette's and aren't, necessarily so public about it like she is, and said that no, she legitimately has Tourette's because they can tell by how she ticks and all this kind of deal. I don't think that I don't think she's a fake. But anybody that has anything they always throw the fake. Everything's a fake. There's a fake possibility for everything in life. You notice that?
Mm-hmm.
Even if something is 100% locked in, there's always going to be some group of people
Fake
that say
news, conspiracy.
Right, exactly. That's right where you go with when you don't, when you want to cause some problem. It's fake. Hello.
Bubba.
Yeah.
Hey, I went to college with a guy with Tourette's, and he never swore. He never said a cuss word. It was always, sitting there, he'd be in the library reading or something. All of a sudden he'd go, wapa, wap, wap, wapa.
And there are different. There are different types of Tourette's
Yeah, if I
too.
can get a Tourette's guy that doesn't swear but has some, really crazy or girl outbursts, I'd really like that.
Yeah,
and not to make fun of them, but to build awareness and to give a person with a disability an opportunity that probably wouldn't get one in the media, so to speak.
Right. Yeah. He always said the people that swore were kind of acting it up a little.
Oh. All right, buddy. Well, thanks.
Dr. Dan Chet said that he was diagnosed with Tourette's as a kid.
Oh, right.
So you have one for the show, he says.
To go see my first neurologist.
Tell Danny's trying too hard. Go back to work.
I was doing everything.
Go give Mrs. Johnson some Morpheus in room 3, Dan. Don't worry about trying to steal the Tourette's star, too.
I'll
now.
give her some morphine.
We don't have a Tourette's belt, Dan.
From hitting my foot off my head to throwing things to kicking. He pointed at me when my mom was crying and he goes, "Look at her. She can't work. Oof. She can't drive. She can't go to school. She can't do anything." It was very disheartening and heartbreaking. Even though my
Up high, Girl Scout. It's one of the things that she says. Up high, Girl Scout.
doctor said that to me.
I watched her so many times, I know her tics.
I got a job. It was really stressful. I actually had someone come in the store and refuse
The reason why I can play this blitz is it's on Dr. Phil, so I figured they're not,
service from me because they didn't want to catch my condition. I actually...
First of all, I wouldn't go to this girl's line fast enough. I'd be the first one in line.
You'd be there every day.
That's somebody that's ignorant, thinking that you're going to catch Tourette's, right? Like, that's just ignorance.
Sure.
Please.
Had a mental breakdown at work one day because no one else is helping me. No one's sticking up for me. I'm just left up here with hundreds of people who just are making fun of me. Then I was in a store one day and a girl took videos of me. I left the store that day in tears and I was like, where are those videos going? Yeah. I decided...
Don't talk to me about videos.
No,
going
did
places.
she catch Tourette's or something?
No, she just was diagnosed, like, I think at 12.
She was diagnosed last year.
Oh, she was diagnosed last year? I thought it was 12.
No, her first official diagnosis from any doctor was last year.
Time for me to take
And how old is she?
She's like 20, I think.
my power back and not let people take advantage of who I am. This is a disability, and it's not a joke. People have accused me of faking Tourette's, but I've never heard one
Anna, you'd be so much cooler with Tourette's.
person say live this way. I'm not...
I mean, you know how cynical you are just in life as normal. Can you imagine what your Tourette's, Anna, tick would be?
I don't even want to meet her.
Oh, my God, because I know it's in your inner little peanut, and you would be like saying, and sometimes people with Tourette's, they say things in their minds that they aren't supposed to blurt out.
Of course. It's part of the fun.
Oh, my God, if you had Tourette's, what you'd really be saying about me? Fat ass, hate him.
Eat, fat man, fat.
Hate.
And I can't go to concerts. I wasn't able to go to my senior prom. I can't go out to dinner. I can't drive. But I have an amazing boyfriend. I'm living with my best friend next year. I'm in college, and I still plan on becoming a nurse. Just because I have Tourette's.
Oh, I hope you're not a nurse.
Hey,
and you're
hold on a
and
second.
you're drawing my blood.
Yeah.
I don't know if that's...
She'll find the vein, don't worry.
She goes to get your vein. High five, Girl Scout. But whoa!
Yeah.
Got a 16 gauge in my arm, baby.
Just hitting herself in the
Does
head.
not mean that I have to be trapped and kept away from society. Oof.
Well, Balin, it's good to meet you.
It's good to meet you too.
I got into a Dr. Phil vortex last night, and there was this man and a woman, and the husband was just beside himself because his wife was an alcoholic, and she just wouldn't stop. And so they had promised, or they had agreed to come on to Dr. Phil, and Dr. Phil was going to try to help him. That's what Dr. Phil tries to do. He tries to help, you know.
He's a doctor.
Yeah, he's a doctor. Although I think he's kind of a sham in himself. I think Dr. Phil's a sham.
You got to tell us, who'd he do?
So he had this one guy, and he was like this one dude, and he was like a regular dude, kind of well-dressed, like maybe 50. And then he had his wife, and she looked like just straight white trash.
Oh, no.
And she wouldn't stop drinking, and she wanted to stop drinking, but she can't. And he said, well, it's such a problem that she wouldn't even sober up for the show. And so Dr. Phil gets a breathalyzer, and she's 3.38 on stage.
That's one thing that Dr. Phil's show has been accused of doing, is plying their guests with drugs and alcohol.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I need to go be a guest. Hey, man, I heard you guys give out pills and weed in the back.
I'll come with you, Bubba. I'll drink the alcohol.
Hey, well, I got the alcohol guy here, and I'll be the other dude. And then I got a pill guy. So, I mean, man, hey, Blitz, we're going on Dr. Phil. They're going to give you all the pills you want, let me all the alcohol, and give you all the weed.
And I think it's more along the lines of like the pre-interview stuff before the show. They go, oh well, you take pills. Well, go ahead and take them. We don't care.
So,
and
here's
some beer.
How do you feel about
You're bald.
being here today?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
I'm excited to show people how I live and that it's real. I live like this
That's the same strain I make when I'm pushing out a big cable.
every day. You.
She just in the middle says F you.
Supposedly she'd gone to a few doctors when she was younger, and they refused to diagnose her with
I'm
Tourette's.
here to spread awareness about what I
She's
do.
roasting him.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited.
What made the decision?
How can he keep a straight face?
I know.
What helped you make the decision to go public?
See, Anna, like if you had Tourette's,
That is Anna. Anna does do that.
Anna, you might have a couple. You know what? I think you have highly suppressed Tourette's.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Like you're so innerly strong that you can hold it back.
Right.
But you do have some outbursts here and there. You really do.
Like whenever I see someone eat.
Yeah, that's like a form of Tourette's.
With what you live with every day.
I was tired of hiding who I was. It's time to show people the real me, who I am.
Yeah. Do you still worry when you go out in public, like now, for example, that people judge?
Whatever things is wind it up.
That's what she said?
Yes, I know all of her ticks. One of her things blitzes out of nowhere. She'll go wind it up, then she'll go high five, Girl Scout.
You?
Yeah.
What do you think people think?
That I'm crazy.
Yeah. Are you?
No. No.
He's trying to bait her into
sometimes. Has anybody ever?
What's up, Shorty? Yes. What's up, Mama?
Ask you that straight up?
They've told me before that you'd be a lot prettier if you weren't crazy. Oof, you're bald. Sorry.
You're bald. She does that, so she's obviously thinking about that, and she's trying to suppress. That's why.
It's like what you're thinking, but you're not supposed to say.
Right. That's why.
Say I'm bald. Yeah. I noticed that last week. Actually,
she tells me every day.
Yeah, you're bald. You're bald. You're bald. You're bald. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. What is the most empowering thing about being on the internet and putting?
Imagine being on a date with her.
Even listening to me.
I love it. I would love it.
Just out there for people.
By the way, I don't want anybody to think that we're making fun of this girl, because I'd love to have this girl on as a guest, and I'd love to be, spread the awareness of what this person has to live with. And it's just got to be horrible
to see. What's the most empowering?
I mean, you're like living in a lot. You really can't live your life. You can't drive.
No, you're crippled.
Yeah, I mean.
Thing about that.
The comments I get, how much help it's reached other people. I get comments from people that are like, if I have my son or daughter come home with their boyfriend or girlfriend, how would I act towards them? And I explain to them how they would act, just pretend like it's not there.
She wants to be a nurse.
I also get comments that tell me how inspirational I am and how they figured out that their kids have started to have tics. Dino lambs.
Have you had any?
What?
Dino lambs?
Hold on.
Their kids have started to have tics. Dino lambs.
Have you had any?
Dino limbs?
I don't know.
Any second thoughts about going public?
Actually, when I first posted my first video, I didn't expect it to blow up, and it kind of made me a little bit nervous because all of the comments were negative, every single one of them.
Really?
Yes.
Well, I mean, the starting point is you're fake. You're fake. Like, nobody wants to give anybody a break. Everybody wants to think that you're fake, and and that's the society. That's the cancel, conspiracy. Nobody ever is happy or like, nobody's like, man, you know what? This girl's got Tourette's and she's got a hell of a following and she might be making a living on this deal. That's cool. No, everybody instantaneously wants to play jealous and be a hater. I mean, the starting point in life now isn't to be happy for somebody. The starting point in life is to be jealous.
Well, I think online, the problem is online, there's so many fake things out there that you got to be careful.
Right, I agree.
They were all, you're faking it, you're doing it for clout, your parents just want money. Ugh. So it's just comments like that, and it was really heartbreaking because I live with this every day. It's very difficult. You're bald.
Do you have a story?
Jesus.
I wish.
Or a question for me?
Oh, yeah, she goes off, and she must have had a guy named Hunter that really did her dirty because she's always going. She does double tall mans, and then she says, "F you, Hunter. I hate men. F men."
Can you imagine if you were having sex with her, what she'd say too if you weren't bringing it?
Talking dirty.
You suck. You suck.
But what if you were bringing it?
Oh, yeah, that's true.
I mean, have you thought about that? If you're bringing
High five, Girl Scout.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Wind it up. Wind it up.
Wind
Wait,
it up.
you want me to
I
wind
wish you guys could see some of her when she really gets going.
Mm-hmm.
I'll play it now.
Wind it up. Wind it up. Wind it up. Oh.
Wait, you want me to wrap it up or what?
Wind it up.
Be done, son.
High five.
Watch some of this. Hold on. Let me watch it.
Yes, sir.
Don't box. So I want to talk about the fact that I've been off Cameo for the longest time due to your mom. Just due to how bad my mental health has been and figuring out that I have a mood disorder.
You think?
So I just want to let everyone know that I'm back on Cameo, and I'll put the link. And your mom. I'll put the link.
You think he would like our show?
How do you keep your pet? I noticed my first tick, it was a motor tick.
It's either yes or no.
Who did you?
Him.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh,
You're
Love
up.
on the Spectrum?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. 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 Yeah.
No, didn't you guys? Wasn't he supposed to?
You're done. You're done.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
he was supposed to.
Yeah, but they have the U.S. version now.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Because that was England, right?
The latest season.
It
It was in Australia.
Australia.
I hate the new kind. Tell me that.
And she's so pretty. She's pretty.
That's why
put it
she's
in.
popular.
Yeah.
I was gonna put
Watch
it in
this.
just for
Watch this one.
She throw the chips.
Okay.
I just watch when she's ticking. I don't watch the songs.
Oh, she's saying.
She'll do.
Yeah.
You're done.
I'm confrontational.
You're done.
Unproblematic person. That's just who I am. Fuck you, Hunter.
I know. I saw him.
Mom's a dumb bitch. Oh. Popcorn kernels. I'm a very unconfrontational person.
That's a nightmare.
And if you're the lady engaged today that told me that my language makes me sound trashy, thank you. I have Tourette's.
She is a baker, someone said.
She got
She's a
big
baker.
titties.
That's one of the things that she does. Is she?
Everyone who follows this can tell. I have an extreme severe case of Tourette's. And this question is wonderful. Oh, hey, fuck off.
I don't even know what's Tourette's and what's not.
I know.
Yes, I do along with
What do you think, Chai? You think it's fake
along with-
news?
Go fuck your mom. Along with arm and hand movements,
I think
have
she
leg
had it, but she like really
and
plays
feet
into it.
ticks
Yeah.
As well, where my joints will lock up in my legs. It's called diastonic tics, where it's a slower type of tick that involves a twisting. Shove that up your ass. Line out. You're done. You're done.
And she always says that you're done in twos. Always.
So yes, I do have. She got big there is a lot of things that help me. Fuck you, Hunter. Minimize my ticks.
I think Hunter might have did her dirty.
I love
They're talking about Hunter Biden.
Yeah.
Huh? Go fuck yourself. She got big old titties.
Yeah, that's what's up. I see why you like her so
my
much.
hair, reading, anything with music on helps.
She ain't OnlyFans yet?
Up top, Girl Scout.
I'm sorry. I know I'm stupid for liking her. I know I am.
It's interesting, for sure.
Working out helps. Coloring helps. Making bracelets
Hinstar 10,000 bits. Morning, y'all.
Hall of Famer.
Tiggle
Hall of
babies. Redbeard, what's up? Oops. Sorry, I was calling the Balin Vortex for a second. Good morning. Tongue gimmick. She's cool. DW Cannon. Tiggle baby. Working with Jane. Ace Patriot.
Being blitzed. Being blitzed. I got Tourette's.
Yeah.
Good morning, Big Longer.
I know, I didn't know that.
Big old titties.
I was sitting in there and I was like,
I know, I was like, wait, what?
thank you, Vinstar.
She's a bitch with an excuse.
Aren't they all?
Yes.
A bitch with an excuse.
Manson's mom, Jean, 35 months.
Did you see Hierarchy, or was it Hierarchy?
It's Hinstar.
Hinstar is is Hinstar a Hall of Famer?
No, he's not.
Fuck. He might be. Next year.
He's coming to the baseball game.
Is he?
Yeah, from North Carolina.
For real?
Yep.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show.
Bubba started riding his new e-bike.
So we're going e-biking.
But Dr. Danny did not get an invite. It
hurts.
Danny took a spill like Jack and Jill. Now he's got a Dr. Halprin bill. He's like, hey, Danny, looks like you need some peroxide.
I'm okay, I'm okay.
He's like, hey, Danny, next time just stick to the sidewalk.
I'm okay.
This was your depot.
Yes, and I was so nervous I slipped and fell on my face.
Well, Dr. Dan, he finally got his first break to earn that ESQ that's on his nameplate. He might felt scared or unprepared. Now he's getting Brandon's old wheelchair. He's like, hey, Danny, you slipped and fell on your eyeball.
I slipped and I fell right on my eyebrow.
He said, hey, Danny, you left your watch on the sidewalk.
Then I don't remember a few minutes.
Well, Dr. Dan felt he had to pay his dues. Went to Zoom court in his new Gucci shoes. He slipped and fell in Danny's style. Now John Morgan's on his speed dial. He's like, hey, Danny, you should have worn some dark sides. He's like, hey, Danny, it's time for you to call Pound Law.
That's all.
And Jane Stephen like, dude, what did you do, dude? What did you do? Dude, dude, what did you do? Dude, what did you do?
I know, I'm so stupid. I'm still post-concussive.
Hitting all these buttons around here. Buttons coming out of program. I'm all.
Nice.
I'm all. By the way, the new royalty-free disc, Lummy, is hit straight up, buddy.
Oh, thank you.
If you didn't have the belt by now, you'd have it.
Oh, sweet.
Thank you. Did Rhett help, or is that all you, kid?
That's all me.
Thank you, buddy.
Thank you.
Don't forget BubbaArmyMerch.com. It's been brought to my attention from the merch crick that I have 3 of the 12-ounce stainless steel Bubba Army hard koozies deal. And I got 10 of the Anna Drinks Truly Skinnies left. 30-ounce tumblers and hats are on reorder. And the 3x5 double-sided Bubba Army flags should be in by next week. Lummy, we've actually had a lot of people like, man, I'd like to get a Bubba Army flag.
Oh, yeah.
Either fly it on my flagpole or, on my boat or at my tailgate party or, whatever. I think that those are going to sell well, and I'm working on maybe having semi-mud flaps by the end of the year.
Nice.
I'm just trying to find out, one, where I get them manufactured, and two, then how much are they going to cost to send, and can I actually, make them and send them and not it be such an exorbitant price where a person couldn't,
afford them.
Yeah, afford them and still be able to make a few bucks, because they're going to be it's hard telling how much they're going to cost to ship. Those things are heavy. Remember, Lummy, when we used to make them back in the day?
Yes, that was the worst part of the job.
Was boxing them.
Yeah, because we had to do it outside, right outside the containers, and it was in the summertime. It was hot.
Make it sound like I was running a sweatshop.
Well, I don't think you really even knew about it.
Lummy, you didn't. Blitz, you know that one thing that me, you, and Rhett and Anna watched yesterday?
Yes.
The Thing.
Yeah.
Well, and I told you they were going to tweak the thing a little bit.
Right. Yeah.
One of the things is they took that stupid pumpkin thing out.
Okay.
And instead they put the Lummy Bear deal. The Tonk eat, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
clip of that.
Lummy, you're part of the Sape Double Sop Loppy.
Oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Well, he was in the other one too.
Yeah, I know, but Lummy, you got 2 little spots on that deal.
Oh, I do?
buddy.
Look at
Yeah.
you.
Oh, wow.
It's hard to recognize you because you look so young.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Now, I was thinking, Lummy, should we do because Saturday is the Tampa Tarpons game, Bubba Army night. My mom's going to throw out the first pitch. We're in section 110 and 109. There's different variations. You can get tickets as low as $5.40. You can get them as high as $36, and that includes an all-you-can-eat and drink package. We're all going to be together. I think we're over 100 tickets sold so far. We're outperforming any other local radio station promotion that the Tampa Tarpons have done, some of which are major radio shows. And I think we've performed already better than them.
Yes, we have.
That being said, if you're Bubba, we got people coming from North Carolina?
North Carolina and South Carolina.
Is that the furthest traveled so far?
So far, yes.
I'm going to do a furthest traveled award, Lummy, for the person that traveled the furthest Saturday night for the Tampa Tarpons game. I'm going to get the merch quick to get their information and send them like a big, like a care pack.
Sweet.
Maybe a free flag when we get them, a tumbler, the new hot stuff. Do you think that'd be cool?
Oh, I think so.
And we got people that are coming from North Carolina. Who's coming from Big Buck?
Henstar, and then Big Buck's coming from South Carolina.
But I think actually Henstar is from North Carolina, right?
Correct.
So that would be technically a little further than Buck.
Yeah.
Right. The premier is he the premier of Canada? Is that what his
Ontario, I think. I think it's the equivalent to like a governor, but I'm not quite sure.
Oh, and Bubba too. People that might be waiting on the Tampa Tarpons game for the Dugout Club. We're almost at capacity, and the capacity is 150. So make sure that get them while they last. Otherwise,
so you're saying the $36 ones may not be available.
Yeah, so you need to jump on them because obviously it's with fire code and things like that. They can only have 150 people.
Right,
and we're almost there.
Really?
Yep.
Well, if you can't get into the super exclusive Diamond Club that we'll be in, which, by the way, we're going to be sitting in your section. We just have the ability to go down to the Diamond Club and pick up some stuff. It's air conditioning as well. If you buy a $17 ticket or a $5 ticket, the $17 tickets, you're going to get a hot dog, chicken tender, French fries, beer, soda, Coke, popcorn, and a ticket.
Yep.
So there's 3 different options, and it looks like the upper option is selling out quickly.
Yeah.
Right, Lummy?
Yes, sir.
It's that super kick-ass video you did.
Yeah, I know. Thank you, Rhett.
So, Anna, you think that maybe like the minister, like what's that one dude? His name? Who's the?
I'd say it was his brother. Were you talking about his brother, Rob Ford, the weirdo?
No.
That's
I'm
this
talking
guy's
about
brother.
the main dude, the real good-looking
the
guy.
Prime Minister, Justin Trudeau. He's
Right.
like the president.
So he would be like the president of Canada, right? Justin Trudeau.
Mm-hmm.
And then these premiers are probably the head of each province, right?
Yes.
Right. So now this guy's brother was the mayor of Toronto.
Was the iconic, lovable, just most enjoyable, just glorious man
Smoked
ever.
crack.
Yes.
And,
And when asked why he smoked crack, he said, because I was drunk.
And had fun.
And just had a great time. Was always dancing. Just a jolly big man.
His brother went on to be the premier of Ontario, and he's given some speech, and some bee gets in his mouth. It's funnier than hell.
It's coming from the health sector. Holy Christ. What was that? I just swallowed a bee.
Oh my God! Is he okay?
Only
to the Fords.
Only to the Fords.
Yeah.
Holy Christ. What was that? I just swallowed a bee.
Oh my
Christ, I knew that little bugger.
Don't you know?
Don't you know I just swallowed a bee, you say, huh? Do you got an EpiPen laying around there, pal?
I'm good. He's down here buzzing around right now. He has a lot of real estate. Now, if that was in the clip, okay, this is going to be replayed over and over again. And
I'm glad you're trying to make yourself viral, kid.
Just made Colin DeMello's day. He's going to be laughing all the way back to the city.
I've already tweeted it.
Holy Christ, he's wedged in my throat. Sorry, guys. Little bugger got away in there.
Hey, sorry, the guy. I'm so sorry. It's stinging the hell out of my throat, but I'm not going to stop my speech, don't you know?
Take a second.
No, I'm okay. He's buzzing in there.
I mean, I like that. I like that jovial feel at the end of the day.
Yeah. His brother was better, but
yeah, his brother would
what
just
can
go
you
ahead
do?
and you get pictures of him smoking crack, straight crack.
Yeah,
right.
It's on video. Yeah.
Monkeypox. They're
What?
giving you like different pictures of monkeypox, and on day 1 it may look like this, and then by day 11 it potentially could look like this.
If you scroll down, you can see a progression of
and
11
again,
videos,
why are
photos.
men getting them right on their faces, like right there? Dad. Oh my God! Now is that? Hold on. Is
what? What?
Is just let me just see if I can ask this the right way, so I don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Is it
What?
because these guys are putting their faces in certain areas?
Perhaps.
Are you saying he's had something slap on his chin?
No, I'm saying that he might be into a buzzer Bob's into.
Oh, you're going there.
Perhaps.
Right? One would think.
Let it eat, as they say.
Now, this woman...
He likes to go eating at Madeira Beach.
Yeah. It's tasty. Not everyone hates it like you. Some people love it.
I don't know of anybody that loves eating at Madeira Beach. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know of anybody that. I mean, you might find somebody that wants to eat at Madeira Beach to accommodate, your kink or whatever. But I don't really know that it could be
Those
like
people are out there.
That's like saying, "Hey, Blitz, you know what? I really enjoy getting a root canal."
Oh,
not
yeah,
for
they're so much
everybody.
fun.
Some people like it.
Oh,
Golden Corral style. Yum yum yum. Can't get enough.
A buffet of Madeira Beach.
Yup.
You want to be at the Madeira Beach buffet?
Yep. I mean, I don't. I'm saying people do.
You think there really is?
Absolutely.
Like as much as
That's not even like a really weird one either.
but they like to eat at Madeira Beach?
Yeah.
Ew.
Giving out all kinds of jobs.
Hi again.
Now,
that's a woman.
This person is trying to tell you that there's a misconception of monkeypox.
Yeah.
And this person identifies as a woman.
I think so.
Right.
That's how the article identified her.
Right. And she wants people to know that the misconception about monkeypox is that it's only for gay men.
Right. She claims that she got it from dirty money. She's a gas station attendant.
Was she eating it?
I don't know. Maybe she touched the money and touched her face.
Let's just see here. Hold on.
A lot of men are being targeted for this virus, and I'm here to tell you again that SEX is not the only way you can contract this virus. Yes, it's mostly been men who have gotten it. I'm only the first woman to have gotten it in the state of Georgia.
What?
But then again, all people are different. Pause to read.
Monkeypox virus is from the same family of viruses as the smallpox virus. It also is less severe and transmittable than smallpox. Monkeypox can spread from infected humans, animals, and materials contaminated with the virus. Monkeypox virus is characterized by a new unexplained rash and skin lesions.
Monkeypox was originated from animals. Y'all seen that one of the ways you can get it is through SEX, and y'all took it and y'all ran with that. so much BS I've been having to deal with on my Instagram and my TikTok in my comments.
Now, can you imagine if one of us would happen to break out on monkeypox?
Mm-hmm.
And you could literally say, I mean, hey, listen, I have not been with a man, and I got it through, let's just say you use the same excuse that this woman does, and that is that you got it through some dirty money. Okay. Nobody's going to believe you.
Right.
Right, Bubba. You said you got it through dirty money. Right. Nobody's going to believe you. But let's just say logistically you do. That's the way you get it.
Right. Yeah.
Like you got that, you weren't going down on a man or anything like that.
Anything's possible.
Right. But my Lord, nobody's going to believe you. It's kind of like my side of the
claiming.
It's kind of like my side of the sex tape. Nobody believes me.
Right. You're going to have to make a documentary about it.
It's the monkeypox.
Mm-hmm.
It's the monkeypox of sex tapes. Nobody believes Bubba that it went down like that. Bubba, you got monkeypox on your face. You didn't get it through dirty money, buddy.
About this, and it's not even an STD. Listen up. The first case in the United States was a man who came from Africa and got it from an animal.
Okay, but again,
she's assuming the man didn't sleep with the
Hence
animal.
the name, monkeypox. Like that just went straight over y'all heads. Y'all don't.
Maybe you're right, ma'am. Maybe we got it all wrong. Maybe we're being fed a bunch of propaganda, anti-homosexual men propaganda. Right?
I don't think it's I just think that in that population, it's the most prevalent, so people are focused on that. But there's other ways to get it, I'm sure.
Yeah.
I mean, she said she got it through dirty money.
That's what she claims.
They say that money is the most filthiest thing that you can handle.
I can imagine with everyone touching it. And
has Anne Heche died? Did she
Yes.
die?
Yeah.
She die? Now, I saw something where they're saying that her accelerator may have stuck. Have you guys seen that?
I honestly haven't been looking too much into it.
As they're looking into the actual crash and the skid marks.
What kind of car was it?
It was like a little car, like maybe a little hybrid, kind of deal.
Yeah, I think it was like one of the Toyota ones.
Yeah, like
the Prius.
And first thing I think everybody thought that she might have been drunk. And I think they've ruled that out.
Yeah, they said she was on cocaine.
Oh,
nice. But that wouldn't make you crash. Maybe.
Well, that makes you want to
drive faster, maybe a little bit. Can you even name like a movie or show that she was in?
No, but she was very popular.
She looks familiar, but I couldn't place her for.
Well, she was
she was in a Mini Cooper.
Okay, yeah.
And she was Ellen's girlfriend for a while.
Dated
her husband or something like that.
She was partners for 3 years with Ellen.
She starred in movies Donnie Brasco, Wag the Dog, and I Know What You Did Last Summer.
Huh.
Struggled for decades from the fallout from a troubled childhood and was part of a groundbreaking same-sex couple in the 90s. Winner of a Daytime Emmy Award in 1991 as her roles in Identical blah, 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 blah. I think she did, She became half of America's most famous same-sex couple at the time when she dated comedian and actress Ellen DeGeneres. Against the wishes of her studio, Anne Heche came out publicly in 1997 with the red carpet premiere for the disaster flick Volcano, taking DeGeneres alongside as her date. The pair were together for more than 3 years, and then Heche into the relationship.
And then supposedly the rumor is that after that, Ellen had her blacklisted in Hollywood.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, that's how it
happened.
happened.
What she has said that.
And Heche had said
Yeah.
So break up with me and you'll never work again.
She said Ellen canceled her.
And she had allegations
I got
against
canceled.
Harvey Weinstein.
Don't think, guys, that I didn't get canceled in the radio business. Don't think that, like,
Were you banging Ellen too?
Kim Guthrie didn't call up Carolyn Beasley to call up, that they all don't talk. Right? I mean, seriously, that's the way. I mean, the radio business is very small. And you piss off the wrong person, and then you're blacklisted. Like me, there's no reasonable reason why my show and the quality of my show with my co-host and the daily show that we put on is not more widely terrestrially syndicated. I hear what's available. I hear the options that radio stations have with regards to syndicated shows in the morning. The Bobby Bones Show, the Rick and Bubba Show, the Woody Show, the John Boy and Billy Show, the Bob and Tom Show, the Free Beer and Hot Wings Show. You know, these shows, these men-skewing shows. And there's nobody as good as us. There's nobody with the same dynamic. There's nobody with the same chemistry. We have a really good radio show.
I agree.
And I mean, to the point where we've kind of gone off terrestrial line, so to speak, and we're dabbling in terrestrial, but we're all in digital. We make the majority of our money digitally off of terrestrial radio. Now, I'm not trying to be disrespectful or unappreciative of my terrestrial world. I'd like to continue to grow that. It's just that I have been blackballed in the terrestrial radio world. And if it's, and you know, the only people that believe in me are these, you know, studs, smaller group owners, the John Caraculos, the Lynn Martins, you know, our guy Lynn from Phoenix, Bruce Midori, Big Woody, you know, obviously Shane Reeve. You know, Blitz, those are the guys that aren't beholden to, you know, corporate Beasley or corporate Audacity or corporate Cumulus or corporate iHeart. These are, you know, truly radio operators that don't necessarily have to toe the corporate who's blackballed in the business line. So it's just and they're scared of me for multiple reasons. And I get it, and I've created some of that. I really have. I've created a lot of my problems. But, like, how much longer do you have to continue to penalize me? The things that I did wrong, and I did do some stuff wrong, isn't worth a lifetime death sentence on radio, right? I mean, the guy in New York who went to federal prison. Craig Carlson or whatever the hell his name was.
Yeah, he's on CBS Sports.
And the minute he got out of prison, they welcomed him right back.
He said Michael Vick.
Yeah,
even though that's not radio, but
like, you know, I got caught up in a ratings deal that ended up. By the way, I can't really talk about it, but it settled. I wasn't found guilty of anything. It settled. We both amicably settled. Right? I mean, right, Blitz? That was the outcome of that situation.
Yep.
Since then, I've been fairly rated in the markets that I am rated. Charleston and Fort Walton Beach, I've been very, very fairly rated.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no, you know, they don't not like me. They're not being unfair to me. They're being very fair to me, that company. And, you know, the show isn't, have strippers in here urinating and Folgers coffee cans.
You got me now.
We got Anna in here, who we just, finally started getting some D to her, like in February.
Yeah.
We're the most non-sexual show ever.
Pretty much. Sorry, I brought the average down.
Oh, and now we have a Jewish woman in here. Got a doctor in here. We got a functioning slow adult. 2 of them, me and Lummy. We got an explosive expert, and we got a filthy ginger. I mean, what else would one want for your morning show?
That's
well,
diversity.
I'll tell you, you couldn't ask for a better morning show unless you've been Bubba Hecht. I got blackballed, just like Ann Heche did. Ann Heche, and well, now she's dead. Maybe I have that to look forward to. Do some cocaine and blast my F-150 into a wall this weekend.
That was her second house she hit that day.
What?
She first hit someone's garage, or like a garage at an apartment complex, reversed it, and then gunned it down, and then finally crashed into that house.
Jesus.
I mean, she was on a goddamn bender, was she not?
No kidding.
She was getting after it. Anna, I think I'm going to watch this now. The Woodstock 99 documentary on Netflix.
I vaguely remember it happening.
I've heard, I've had a bunch of my friends tell me that I should probably watch it. It's pretty good.
Woodstock 99.
I don't know if I'm going to continue with I Killed My Dad or not.
Oh, is that a series?
Yeah, it's like
3-part deal?
4. I think 3 or 4, right.
And it's not good?
Yeah, it is good.
But you're not going to finish it.
Continue it?
Yeah, I'm too deep. I'm gonna maybe try to finish it tonight or tomorrow.
How many episodes do you have
that
left?
That doesn't sound promising.
I don't know. I kind of want to go to the Woodstock deal. I don't know. I have a lot.
You should go to Love on the Spectrum.
You absolutely should. You would love it.
Love on the Spectrum from where?
Netflix.
The U.S. version.
I'll get you the trailer.
Because it came out a few years ago as the Australian version, but they have it now a U.S. version.
And how many episodes?
6. but trust me, you're gonna eat it right up.
Have you guys?
We finished it.
You did.
Yeah.
Mhm.
What else did I I suggested something else to you, Anna, and I don't know that you took it. Might have been I killed my. It might have been I killed my dad.
But you're not even gonna finish it.
Woodstock 99.
It was going to be the biggest party on the planet. But that's not what any of us remember it for.
What the hell happened?
It really felt like it was flower power and coming together in harmony.
I've never seen this many people.
Just peace and love and music. That was it.
Put your hands up in the air. It felt like a crowd that could turn at any time.
They actually had. I heard they had to pull Jewel off because they thought that they were gonna like storm the stage and kill her.
Jeez.
Because they had like Rage Against the Machine and Red Hot Chili, and then bring Jewel out there, and they got these guys all riled up, doing pits and stuff, and then they bring Jewel out there.
Slow it all
It was
down.
like this unleashing all this energy.
There was no control.
That's
the
scary.
environment was just very.
Yeah, I mean, I guess it was really scary. Like it was.
You can't control crowds like that.
No,
I
it was
mean,
supposedly it was like really sketch, like super sketch.
Male ego.
I started seeing large groups of dudes surrounding women.
There was a lack of respect.
Given the climate of the guys there, I'm not surprised by it.
Hey guys, back there was some room.
You're like a bunch of muscle heads that are all like in the mosh pits, and next thing you know, they all
Yeah.
surround you, Anna, and like you're like, hey, come here. I mean,
that happens.
I know it does, and it's horrible.
It's scary here.
And if you've not hired any security, these people
it
just
almost
run
doesn't
amok.
even matter.
Sort
if
of
you have
setup
that many
you have for
numbers.
accountability.
How many security guards do you have on site?
They were glossing over all of that.
Big fat ripoff.
They're all about making money off us, and we're pissed.
But the show was going to go on.
I think we need to see a whole hell of a lot more.
When you see it with your own eyes, it's just 10 times more shocking.
Once you become part of a herd, you become like animals.
Again, once you become part of a herd, you become like an animal.
Did
which
anyone
is
die?
True. I think there were some deaths. Hold on.
Getting out of control.
And all of these people were acting like animals.
We got fires everywhere. Look at this.
Kerosene, match.
I'm gonna watch that. Anna, what do you think about that?
I will watch that. That looks good.
You think so?
I just sent you the Netflix trailer. He's the best. He's 63.
So
Is Steve cool?
Yeah.
He's so cool, and but all I can think of is this dude's just on mushrooms.
Yeah, he's just high.
He's not, but he's like that's all he acts like he's on mushrooms.
Sometimes
I'm only probably 5 or 6 years away from Steve.
I know.
it can be
She's the most
challenging to find
normal.
someone who
Yeah.
doesn't write her off.
And I think I'd blast the hell out of her.
I know.
Yep.
I swear to God, the minute I get back from the doctors, I'm turning this on.
Yeah.
I love it.
Love is on the spectrum.
Love on the Spectrum. We watched like 5 episodes in one sitting. Like it was so good.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Love all.
Repeat.
And I've seen the other seasons too, but this one was my favorite. You're gonna love it, Bubs.
We need to get a co-host that's on the spectrum. Call him like Spectrum Steve.
Okay.
I mean, and then on the Tourette's kicker. I mean,
Yeah, we'll just get the whole, whack pack.
Good morning, Mount Pesare, 73. Straight eating 60, 50 months. Damn it, man, 27 months. What's up, Ella Close? Good
let me
morning.
send Brian Petroni a link to the tickets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Lummy.
Good morning. 25's big ass nose.
That guy in Newsmax looks like Chuck Corn.
There you go. Find the link.
Yeah, when you go to watch that Love on the Spectrum, make sure you watch the U.S. version.
Don't you think we need Spectrum Steve in here as a co-host?
Oh, dude, he's the coolest dude.
No, like, we just get a guy called Spectrum.
No, I know. Spectrum Steve, he'll sit here and start hawking.
He'll fucking
cable,
take that. He'll take that
cable
strap.
modem service.
Hey, he'll take that fucking strap right away from fucking Big Boy. I mean, who's the fans gonna like, Lummy or fucking Spectrum Steve?
That's why they like Lummy.
Because he's the closest to being on the spectrum.
Right.
Dr. Dan just put in chat that he was diagnosed being on the spectrum. As long as he can get the belt back.
Speaking about on the spectrum, you should see MJ's. Somebody sent me a screenshot of MJ's
what?
Picture. He just tweeted out about some kind of contest.
Oh, really?
And he's got his fucking Warren headphones. What's my person's
His
name?
cans.
Walking his dogs, wearing his Warren headphones, pubic hair fro bonnet.
Oh.
Look, come look at this picture. This is MJ and what he looks like nowadays.
Oh, look, crappy Bluetooth headphones.
There's a makeout seat at the end, Bubba, that you're gonna like one.
Don't give it up.
That's how we make out.
All right, I don't need to see this. Okay, on behalf of the employees of BRE, on behalf of the employees of BRE, we're a little uncomfortable right now.
Bubba, I'm uncomfortable right
Lummy,
now.
I'm uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable, Bubba.
You guys, you're in a you're violation right now. Violation.
Violation.
I'm violating her, right?
Me too.
Violation.
Alright, now you're violating me. I gotta go.
You guys are making us feel uncomfortable. I mean, I feel uncomfortable.
I'm uncomfortable, Bubba. They're making me feel even more comfortable right now. You should have seen what they were doing in the parking lot, Bubba.
I wonder if her sniz is wet right now.
Stop!
Bubba, they were dry humping in the parking lot
You
to
think
make me feel
you think that
uncomfortable.
she's got some vaginal moist right now?
Yeah.
Ew.
So is Bliss.
Stop saying that. Moist. That's disgusting.
Are you moist?
Ew! Maybe not. Are those cashews?
Let's pick
Let me-
and dry humped her.
Blitz?
Blitz is making everyone
Blitz,
uncomfortable.
I'm gonna play Lummy's promo.
The Where to Find Your Seats deal?
Yeah.
It's
Is there a
good.
new
I'm
one?
glad they did that.
No, this one.
Yeah, the YouTube one.
Yeah.
Does it put the link and stuff in here?
On the YouTube?
Yeah.
I believe it's in the description.
On the YouTube?
It's on the description on our Instagram, isn't it, Anna?
Which one is this again?
No, the first one. That has the link, right?
Yeah, they all have the link.
The first one sucked.
I'm not quite sure exactly which one this is. This isn't where you're like, hey, I'm gonna show you
Brian
where your
wants to
seats
know
are.
what section we're sitting in. Should I tell him to go to
Give me the
YouTube?
best. Give me the best one.
I thought this was the best one.
This one?
Yeah.
But does it have a link to the links?
What?
Yeah, well, I mean, it tells you where to go. You go to their website. Brian doesn't even know what section we're sitting in.
Is there, in the description, is there a link? Maybe that's the move.
Let me.
You gotta tell you how to get to a ticket. I can't help people who don't know how to buy a ticket online.
Is there a link in the
That's
description
why we
on
literally.
YouTube?
That's why we literally made videos and promos on how to do it.
Free lunch.
Oh, I gotta bring those in there.
But if you go to TampaTarpons.com, what's it do?
You go to tickets, and then go to the game. Type in Bubba 22, and it comes up.
I'll
section
do like
1, 9,
a
10.
screen record of how
That's
to
what's
do
on
it.
the thing.
Oh, it is on there?
That's what's on all of them.
Let me. TampaTarpons.com takes me to some frontier. Send me the link to Tampa.
We'll sort it out.
It's-
We'll sort it
the
out.
thing is on it.
Let me. God damn it.
I'm sorry that Brian can't figure out how to buy a ticket. Jimmy!
Oh, he's gonna definitely need to play a fucking song right now. He has all the...
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show.
Bubba started riding his new e-bike.
So we're going e-biking.
But Dr. Danny did not get an invite. It hurts. Danny took a spill like Jack and Jill. Now he's got a Dr. Halprin bill. He's like, hey, Danny, looks like you need some peroxide.
I'm like, I'm okay.
He's like, hey, Danny, next time just stick to the sidewalk.
I'm okay.
This was your depot.
Yes, and I was so nervous I slipped and fell on my face.
Well, Dr. Danny finally got his first break to earn that ESQ that's on his nameplate. He might felt scared or unprepared. Now he's getting Brandon's old wheelchair. He's like, hey, Danny, you slipped and fell on your eyeball.
I slipped and I fell right on my eyebrow.
He said, hey, Danny, you left your watch on the sidewalk.
Then I don't remember a few minutes.
Well, Dr. Dan felt he had to pay his dues. Went to Zoom court in his new Gucci shoes. He slipped and fell in Danny's style. Now John Morgan's on his speed dial. He's like, hey, Danny, you should have worn some dark sides. He's like, hey, Danny, it's time for you to call Pound Law.
That's all.
And Jay and Steven like, dude, what did you do, dude? What did you do? Dude, what did you do? Dude, what did you do?
I'm still post-concussive.
Lummy, am I upsetting you?
No.
Yeah, I am.
No, it's because everything that we put up is on there.
What?
Every promotion that we've done has it explained.
What?
What?
Captain Ron figured it out, all right? So I know people can figure it out.
All right, so from here, I go to the 20th, right?
Yep.
Buy tickets. Right?
Yeah.
Right, hold on. Regular consumer. Hold on, Brian.
And you see where it says enter promo code.
All right, hold on.
What's a promo code?
BB, what do you do? What's a promo code?
Hit apply.
Yeah. Oh.
Right there.
Oh.
Boom. 2 sections are available. Boom. You click on the sections.
109 and 110.
And there's the seats that are available at 109.
Yes.
Well, we better get to selling some seats in 109. 110's about sold out.
Yep.
So come on, I'm in 109. Did you know that? I'm right down here. These are mine tickets. Right. No, I think I'm here.
Yeah, I think you're the first or second.
No,
you're second.
I'm the second row. I think Dan's the third row. I think Mike Bellagio might be there. Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, buddy.
Hi.
You on with me?
Yeah, you dumbass.
I didn't know I was your buddy.
You're my buddy.
No,
Brian.
The volume didn't change.
Yeah, Brent. You and Brent. I think. You and Brent. I think Thursday.
Yeah.
I gotta get a hold of Hatley.
Me and Lummy at 4 today, and maybe I guess the Filthy Ginger's worked his way into the deal. So.
Well, no, the Filthy Ginger has been here when you have not been here. So yes, he has worked himself into the deal. He's picked up a few of your.
I haven't missed a show in a while. I had to leave. I had a crisis at my house with a flood and refrigerator issue and all that last show, which I moved the time of it. We did it midday. But I've been
it wasn't
at
Brian's
every
fault.
show.
It wasn't Brian's fault. He had an emergency. He was dealing with some stuff, and he still was able to come in early.
All right, great. Filthy Ginger, you don't think that he has a good knowledge of sports and can add some added value into your guys' deal? I do. I think he's very.
No, I'm being funny.
Brian doesn't like him because he wears jerseys.
He's a jersey guy.
Brian doesn't like him because he's taken a little bit of Brian's real estate away. He's very hoggish when it comes to being on the air.
And he's a jersey guy, and he doesn't like that about the Filthy.
Brian hates anyone who wears a jersey.
I wear jerseys.
Well, Brian hates you.
I mean, I don't hate you. I just don't respect you as much as if you didn't.
I only wear jerseys to the game.
That's what Brian's talking about.
And I only wear jerseys to actually one particular. First of all, when I go to the Bucks game against the Packers, I can't wear anything because I'm sitting in the Diaco Bucks. So I just wear my Bubba,
red polo,
my red Bubba Army. I'm sorry, my Bubba Radio Network button down. So that's no jersey. And then if I go to the Tampa Tarpons game tonight, they're making me a commemorative jersey because it's my night. So I'm going to wear their jersey.
Out of respect.
Wait, it's tonight? I thought it was Saturday.
Yeah, I was going to say, it's
Saturday.
It's not tonight.
It's Saturday. You know what I'm talking about. You're pissing me off, so I'm starting to get ticks. Okay?
It's got Tourette's now, thanks to you.
So the only other time I wear a jersey ever is when I go to the Lightning game because I've been given jerseys by the Lightning over the years, and they still fit. So
and I did say that the hockey games are the one spot when jerseys are functional and make a little bit of sense to wear because at least they keep you warm.
Right. So F off. And if you
Susan Poitras, $200 cash, PayPal.
Making that $2,400
Thanks,
gimmick.
Susie.
So if you don't start being a little cooler to me, I'll just cancel you and you can't be on the show anymore.
Yeah,
I'm barely on the show as it is.
Hold on. You're inching yourself back. You're on once a month with Gina, and you stay on the after show for that. And then you and I are doing, you and Brent are doing
every other week, right?
Once a month, maybe sometimes.
No, I'm teasing. I wasn't calling in about that. I was calling in to get a little heat with Lummy over him saying I don't know how to order tickets from Ticketmaster. That wasn't it at all. I wanted to know if there was a specific area you guys were sitting in so I could be close to you guys. That's it.
If you'd
That's
listen,
all it was.
Hey, numbnuts, if you'd listen and you go and you type in under promo code Bubba22, then it shows you our two little areas.
No, I know the two sections. I was wondering where you guys were sitting within those sections.
I don't even know. I just found out from Bubba.
I mean, can't you move around?
We have no idea. Yeah, we
Yeah,
didn't know.
we don't. I mean, like if you're 4 rows from us, we'll end up being with you. I mean, you got to sit here and give me a hand job during the game or something.
If you're.
I mean, Jesus, we're all going to be there. I mean, we're all going to be in the same. We're all going to be within 15 feet of each other. Brian, Jesus, you little bitch.
Those sections are a little bigger than you think.
All right, well, just get in section 109, okay? Because that's where I'm at.
I got it.
All right,
I got it now.
And you're going to come in tonight for the sports show, and then tomorrow, Blitz. You want to cancel the after show? And just make it I'm right, you're wrong, we're all screwed after show to give you guys a day off?
Okay.
Okay, perfect. Brian, then tomorrow, Thursday, we'll say, 10:15, 10:20?
Sounds good.
I will say
got it on the calendar.
The only problem with that was the whole reason for doing that show was to have a podcast.
Yeah.
Well, the longer we get into it, the more we're taking away from other stuff. So
what would you like me to do?
I mean, whatever you'd like to do is fine with me.
No,
So.
That's not what your real answer is, bitch.
Your original thought was to add stuff to the podcast, and it's not doing that anymore.
Yeah, but we're making it a podcast as well. It's just not a podcast exclusive, right?
Yeah, but it's also not adding because you're taking away the.
Oh, you're right.
That's what I'm saying.
You're right. But I don't know. It's a lot for me to do that additional
and I
show.
agree. I agree.
All right, let's do it tomorrow as scheduled, like 10:20, 10:30, and then
Okay.
Blitz moving forward. You and I probably need to talk about it.
Okay.
So Brian, tomorrow, 10:15.
All right, sounds good.
Oh, well, no, I guess you're going to be in today at 4 for the sports show, right?
Yeah, we got a lot to talk about.
All right.
And Brian, when
Hold
you
on.
go on,
Are the Packers? I heard they're actively shopping Love, but nobody really wants to give him a first rounder for it.
Yeah, they're not going to get a first rounder for him after what he's shown. Are you kidding me?
Well, two of the 3 interceptions he threw were supposedly wrong routes, is what
one came off, went off the hands.
I'd be saying that too if I was trying to sell that guy right now.
What do you think? I mean, you think they'll get I think he's probably worthy of a second, don't you think? Or
no, third, fourth round.
What are you hearing about Bakhtiari?
I think I haven't heard much, but it sounds to me like his career is in jeopardy at this point because he says it's not the ACL, it's something else, and all I can think of and keep thinking of is microfracture issues with his kneecap, and that's for a big guy like that. That's game over.
Did you hear the new show me and Dan are going to start doing on Fridays?
Love on the Spectrum.
Yeah, that's what it's going to be called. Love on the Spectrum. Well,
No,
I'm not even.
I want to hear it.
No, I'm not telling you now.
Well, somebody will tell me.
Nobody's going to tell you. Because
I'll find out.
I've refined it since I first threw it out there. So I've refined it in itself. So
What show are you guys going to host?
Me and Dan are doing a show.
Yeah, what's it going to be about?
I'm not telling you. I was going to tell you a minute ago when I
He's
thought
mad
maybe
at
perhaps
you.
you knew. But I'm not
I didn't
telling
know
you.
because, first of all, okay, the way I typically listen to your show is on 8:20 in the morning driving in because I don't have my phone on or anything like that. And apparently their whatever got struck by lightning, and I haven't been able to hear you guys in weeks.
Yeah, a lot of people are really hot on that deal. We
Let
thought
me write this down. $400 cash.
getting that $2,400 in by the preferably the first of this month.
Bubba, Brian, do you have the Bubba Army app?
No, I don't have the Bubba Army app. I don't do apps. I'm not big into that stuff. I barely use my phone.
What do you think about your president? How's he doing?
I mean,
Yeah,
he's pulling
your
the nose up a
president,
little bit.
Brian.
I mean, seriously, what are you thinking about your guy?
I mean, things are, it's a weird time right now, right? Because
I know.
inflation's high, but the stock market's recovering and doing okay, and unemployment's at all-time low, and fuel prices are finally coming back down. I don't know what to think.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I think you're right on all that. I just think that Americans are a little bit worried about his competency. He just seems like he's really every day I'm shuffling. It just like he's just barely with us.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I have my concerns about that as well.
Are you guys talking about the Bucks' new player?
Oh, the Bucks are the
Carl
Bucks signed.
Nassib.
Yeah,
Carl Nassib. Yeah, we because we're such a on top of it sports show and really probably the best one in Florida. We had alluded to the fact that he was likely to end up with the Bucks
about 2 weeks ago. Yeah.
No, I would say month.
If I was Lummy, the executive producer of this big little sports soiree that you're going to do today at 4:00, I would have that snippet ready to go, Lummy, saying that you guys called it, weeks ago. Oh, there you go. How about that little tip for you, kid?
He'll have it by the Super Bowl.
Yeah, most likely.
Super Bowl 37.
So anyway,
Super Bowl 82.
Anyway, let me maybe try to find that. You guys could open the show up. Hey, we called it. The only openly gay guy in the NFL, formerly from the Raiders, now officially is a Buccaneer. Back a Buccaneer. He was a Buccaneer.
I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, me too.
I'd like to hear that that prediction you guys made a few weeks ago. All right, Brian. I got to. What?
To help Lummy, we made it in context. We said it specifically. I know the second time we said it was in reference to the signing of Julio Jones.
Yep.
Because we said, they should have still some money to sign Ryan Nassib.
Just search the show notes.
Or Carl Nassib.
I can't believe they got Julio Jones. I cannot believe that. If he's at 60% of what he used to be, the Bucks arguably will have one of the greatest receiving core of all time.
Well, they overpaid for him, but hopefully he performs.
I mean, how much did he get?
$6 million.
He got about double what he should have based upon his most recent performance and his age. But
hey, man, that guy at one time. I mean, if he can again come back to any type of resemblance of what he had in his tank, I don't know, 3 or 4 years ago. You got Godwin, you got Evans, you got him, you got Scotty Miller. I mean,
Scotty Miller might get cut, but you still got
real?
the guy we signed from the Falcons for 3 years.
Yeah,
He's good.
We have Gage.
Yeah, Gage is good.
Yeah, well, anyway. And you give Brady that many options, and if you give Brady 3 seconds, man, you're done.
And we got Kyle Rudolph. He's pretty good.
2.4 seconds, he gets that ball out.
Yeah, and let's not forget you got one of the. I mean, hey, it pains me to say this because I'm a Packer fan, but arguably the Bucks have one of probably next to the Rams the most stoutest defense, right?
They've got a decent defense. I don't know that it's. We'll see. The secondary has taken some hits, lost a few guys.
You got
White.
Guy there. You got that 45 monster in the middle.
No, he's definitely there, and Levante David still can play, although he's not as fast as he was.
Did the guy that blew off his fingers with an M80?
He's gone.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah, they didn't reach. They didn't give him the money he was, but nobody's signed him yet.
No,
Jason Pierre-Paul
and Sue's gone.
Demonic Sue's gone.
Yes,
he hasn't signed with anybody yet.
Man, I mean the Packers have signed Demonic Sue immediately.
I like Demonic Sue.
I love that 93. That guy was a load. I like that guy. Does he? I mean, what kind of money is he wanting?
He's probably like $7-8 million a year still. maybe 5 or 6.
I mean,
but,
does that number? I mean, as nobody signs him, does that number go down to 4 or 5? You know, like 1 week before the season starts.
He could just sit and wait for a team to get an injury and get desperate, and then slide in somewhere too if he wants.
It looks like he was talking
all this training camp stuff.
He was talking to Minnesota, I guess.
Minnesota's going to be good this year.
Yeah, they're my dark horse. They're my dark horse.
I'm worried about
dark horse.
I'm worried.
Dark horse, Minnesota. I said Kirk Cousins underrated quarterback.
Well, he has no neck, but if they get a guy like Dominic Sue up in there, they got that one stud ass wide receiver. Who's that guy? Forget that guy.
Justin Jefferson.
Yeah.
And then they've got Adam more than a Thielen.
Yeah, he's good.
All right, listen, we got to get going because the girl from Oklahoma only likes a certain amount of football talk. Rainey.
and she likes Brian a lot.
Rainey only likes Rainey, our new fan from Oklahoma.
Yeah, she loves Brian.
Rainey likes football but hates you, so we got to get going.
Who's Rainey?
She's our new female realtor that listens to the show out of Oklahoma. She's been around for years, but she's just now identified herself. She's just like
called
finally.
me yesterday.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. She's your new programming director?
No.
Out of Oklahoma?
Yeah, you know what? If she was, you wouldn't be on the show right now, bitch. So quit being a smart ass, okay?
Well, you're about to hang up on me at her whim.
Well, I mean,
so.
no, not at her whim. At maybe perhaps our whim, and I'm using her as the bad guy.
You're getting Megan Kelly.
Don't scapegoat Rainey from Oklahoma.
I'm not. You're wearing on my nerves, okay? And we'll have you. You know, you'll get some of your schmarmy ass time in today with Lummy. Lummy's stupid enough to let you go on and on and on. I know where to cut you off at. But.
And then Thursday he'll be able to get a lot of airtime in.
Oh yeah, he will.
There you go.
There you go. All right, Brian.
All right, guys.
Hey, Lummy. Hey, you got any last minute questions? You better be at the game on Saturday. I mean, Dan's gonna be there.
I'm going to be there. I just wanted to be, in the same vicinity of you guys.
Brian, if you go to
ridiculous request.
If you go to section 109 right now, there's 2 seats that would be right behind Bubba, so you could be right behind him.
Okay. Well, somebody's going to grab him right now, but that's fine.
No. Oh, and he's bringing his daughter too, not his wife.
Oh. Well.
Wait, who is?
Brian. And I made Dan not bring his kids.
Yeah.
Just because.
But we said it was a kid-friendly event. You just didn't want Dan's kids there.
Yeah, because you hate Dan's kids.
Now, is your
Dan's kids you love. Dan's kids you hate.
Is your daughter well behaved?
Yes, she's probably the best kid you'll ever meet.
I'm actually looking forward to meeting your daughter because then I can gauge her up and size her up according to Dan's kids.
Okay.
Because he hates Dan's kids.
No, now see, Blitz, I'm not going to let you do that to me because I don't hate Dan's kids. I adore Sophia.
Right.
Oh.
I
absolutely
adore
half his kids.
Danny?
Little Danny gets on my nerves a little bit, but I think he's a little bit. But here's the problem: poor little Danny ain't got a chance. Look who his dad is.
That's true.
So he's just emulating his father, and as a 10-year-old, it didn't come across cool.
Started talking to bitches and stuff.
Yeah, he's got bitches already calling him at 11.
Yeah.
Yeah,
they're melons.
That's just that might be too much. That might be too much 10-year-old swagger for me, Bubba Clem. Barely graduated high school. You know what? Little Danny is probably smarter than me, which is why I don't like him. And when a 10-year-old is smarter,
it's okay.
Yeah, I'm a little bit jealous of his intellect, and the fact that a 10-year-old is already smarter than me, that kind of rubs me the wrong way a little bit.
I gotcha.
So how old's your daughter?
She's 4.
Oh, great. I can at least be smarter than her. Only bring your kids if I'm smarter than them, okay? And
well, then I'll just leave her at home then.
No, for real, bring her, okay? For real.
All right.
All right, man. See you later.
All right, bye.
We're in section 1. Am I in 110? Yeah, I'm in 110. Am I in 110?
You said 109.
I'm in the one. If you're looking at him, I'm in the one to the right.
Yeah, the one with the most amount of tickets, because everyone would assume that you wanted 110.
I know. That's why I went to 109.
Yeah, that's why you're a genius.
Yeah. I'm on the spectrum.
Yeah.
Love.
Let's sell this out, man. Let's sell out
Let's
sell out 110 and 109. People of Tampa or anybody around here, we're all getting together this Saturday at the Tampa Tarpons, which is George Steinbrenner Field. It's where the Yankees minor league team plays. They're called the Tampa Tarpons. The organization has made it Bubba Army Night. They're letting my mom throw out the first pitch. We have our own 2 sections. And we're just,
It's a really cool venue. I've actually been there before.
We're doing a Tampa-based promotion, and we don't do a lot of those. We, do Fort Walton Beach and Orlando, and we got a Charleston one on the books. We don't do a lot of things in Tampa, and we're finally we're getting off our lazy ass and trying to talk to our Tampa people.
Woo.
Let me. This is on our YouTube.
Yes, sir.
At the Bubba Army.
Yes, sir.
Hey, what's up? It's Lemmy. We're at Steinbrenner Field. We're going to show you
By the way, my scar is showing a lot because it's windy.
So windy.
It's windy.
guys where the seats that you're going to actually buy when you click on the link for Bubba Army Night. Let's go check it out.
Let me call me old-fashioned, but I just like the feel of a baseball park.
Oh, me too.
Far better than a football field. Like I've been to, it's just
It's more intimate.
You're closer to the game.
Right, you're not watching the game because it may be a little bit slow paced.
Well, and especially when you watch it from the Diaco box, there's so many distractions. You're catered.
You don't want to offend Joe.
Right, but when
Yeah.
you're in a ball game, a minor league ball game, I guess you're right up close and it's just got a good vibe.
Yeah.
It really
Yeah.
does. Now, let me. What section is that?
That's 109.
So, for the
You might be sitting in my seats. I think
I'm four rows up.
$5.38 ticket, which is the lower reserve, this is your seat that you get.
for $5.38, I can
Pretty
get you down
good.
that low.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And for $17.28, you get the same exact seat, but you get a hot dog or chicken tenders, French fries or popcorn, and a beer.
Hey, Filthy Ginger, did Blitz give you your money yesterday?
Yes, sir.
Say thank you. Say thank you.
No,
He did. He did. Bubba turned the mic
No,
off.
he didn't.
Oh.
He didn't say it fast enough. He didn't say it until after he was reminded.
Did.
That's ridiculous.
Beer, water, or soda, and a great view. And for $36.55, you get the same exact seat. But you know what else you get? You get a private air-conditioned club.
I mean, almost showed your ass crack
I
like you're a
know.
plumber.
Yeah.
A private air-conditioned
Yep. Look at those Hanes.
Nice.
Those things are screaming.
club.
They are screaming.
They are.
And they're
Lummy,
elastic.
I know you're still trying to hang on to 2X. but
Sure am,
I
Bubba.
know,
How'd
I
you
know,
know?
Lummy, because I'm a fellow fat guy, okay?
Yeah, I'm hanging on.
I'm a fellow fat guy, and when you
get-
start, hold
You
on.
get a private air-conditioned.
Now, see, Blitz has a reverse fat guy, euphoric type feeling, because he went from a 2X down to an X. So that when you're going the other way, man, you're feeling good.
Yeah.
But when you're like us, Lummy, and you're a 2X, but then you still want to think you're a 2X, but really you're a 3X.
Yeah.
You hang on to those 2Xers to the point where you start getting rollover. See
Yep,
the rollover
yep,
you're
I
getting?
know. I see that. That's why I was hoping you didn't notice.
No, see, nothing
It's
gets
screaming.
Lummy,
I
Lummy,
know.
nothing gets by me. I am
Nope.
I am
I'm
so
so in
on
tune with
point.
this sort of stuff.
Right. Lummy, you're a 3X, but
Yeah.
those are 2X, and you
Yeah.
got biscuit rollover.
I got biscuits. It's rolling over.
Look at you.
Bad.
Those poor little
Look
2X.
at you.
Are those dollar bills?
Huh?
Are those, what kind of artwork is that?
Oh, they spell Hanes out now. Like
Oh.
Big Hanes.
Oh, yeah, yours
Yeah,
are
it looks like
goddamn
cash
good.
money.
But the 3Xs, they're
Lummy,
like
those are
$3
Lummy,
more.
Lummy, those are 2Xers, and
I
you
know.
need 3, buddy.
I know, but they're
The
like
club?
$3 more.
Yeah, but you don't get biscuit
I
rollover,
know.
kid.
I got biscuits.
With all you can eat, all you can drink. That's beer, wine, soda, and water. Mixed drinks you can purchase. It's an awesome deal. They have a chili bar. Let's go check where it is.
Come join Bubba and the rest of the crew at Steinbrenner Field in Tampa.
All right, everybody knows
Mm-hmm.
about all that. Do I need to give you
I
some of
want to go
my?
to the chili bar.
Well, you got. I mean, I got.
I know.
You got the right. You got the right ticket,
I know.
buddy. Hello.
Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you?
Good.
I got a question for you. Is this Bubba Army?
Yes, it is. Bubba Army Radio. Bubba Army Show.
Good.
Bubba the Love Spot.
Awesome. Hey, you guys are doing a lot of talk this morning about baseball and how you're doing all these events. I wanted to see if there might be an opportunity for you guys to give me and my son's little league, the entire league, a helping hand. We had a pretty bad lightning strike at the fields, and it took out all of the lights for the fields. And we're getting ready to start the fall baseball season, and this lightning strike that happened knocked out all of the lights except for one field.
Buddy, you know how much
And we're
you know
facing-
how much lights are, man. That's a lot of money.
Yeah, they're ridiculously expensive. That's why I'm reaching out to you. I'm just trying to help spread the word that Somerville Little League in Somerville, South Carolina.
You know, this guy's
is in
got
desperate-
this guy's got a great idea. We should raise money for a new transmitter for 820 because they got hit by lightning.
Yeah, listen, sir.
PayPal at thebubbaarmy.com.
Hey, listen, we're talking about lightning schmightning. We're not even on the air in Tampa because of lightning.
Yeah.
Anyway, I'm
We're raising
assuming
money for a new
I'm
transmitter.
assuming that you're going to have a GoFundMe account, which I have no problem with promoting. By the way, sir.
Absolutely. There is a GoFundMe. If you just Google Somerville Little League, you'll be able to pull up the website, and a lot of the information is there. There is a GoFundMe. If people want to hop on there and make some donations, that would be absolutely phenomenal. There's approximately 500 to 600 kids that are signed up to play in the league this fall, and because we don't have lights and we're limited on sunlight hours of the day, there's a strong possibility that if we can't get these lights repaired, there's going to be a lot of kids that are wanting to play baseball that are just not able to play.
Yeah, we got it, and it's very important.
You guys can't play that many games in a day?
Well, I mean, they need their lights. They really do.
After school.
And so, but listen, buddy, we'll promote it, and for anybody that wants to help, it seems like a great cause. And go to just Google Somerville Little League Baseball. Is that what you said, sir?
That's correct.
And
that's absolutely correct.
It'll give you the information with regards to the big lightning strike caper, and then potentially
That's
where
correct.
you can go and help these fine people.
That's correct. The web page there has a full description with some pictures of the damage and everything, and just kind of explains what happened and what we're all up against as parents trying to get these kids back.
Too
out
bad
on
one
the
of the
diamond.
parents aren't the Nash brothers, man. Blitz, they'd have that. They have that all whipped up. No big deal.
Or too bad one of the parents didn't have like an insurance company.
Yeah.
You guys could have insurance.
Yeah. Anyway, buddy, listen, we'll promote you, and I hope people go there and help you. Okay.
Rock on. Bubba Army, you guys are the best.
Thank you,
Absolutely phenomenal.
Thank you, sir. I don't know that if rock on is necessarily,
It's Somerville.
And we're on 98 Rock.
You're right.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
Really knows how to pull my heartstrings.
Yes. Indeed. Rollo Tomasi.
Mm-hmm.
Rudy.
Author of Rational Male. Got a big YouTube channel. Telling you how to be a real man.
Well, it was about 42 months.
I'm a real boy. Totally tubular.
What's up, South Tampa? Joplin, huh? Oof.
Man, I've been I've been living the real man life. That's my whole gimmick.
Right.
I don't give up. I'm not.
Good morning, Nick the Gun
You
Guy.
said Nick the Gun Guy? Did you see a tornado on the Western in the Gulf? That is scary as fuck. Fucking way. Iggy, Hall of Famer, Iggy.
Now, are we promoting his book or just his channel?
Probably his channel. His book's been out for a minute. I think the first one came out in 2013.
2 months.
But just his overall brand of the Rational Male.
Okay.
Inflation Reduction Act into law. This action marks a major victory for the president's domestic agenda. President
I gotta do stamps.
Yeah, we got stamps and light streams.
Morning, FT, Greg, and Amy. Thank you for the lovely post on the Facebook I saw. Oh, yeah, with that hair.
Good morning, Society Redneck 25.
Redneck.
Merch. Cricket Sugar 380.
Well, what if I told you that you could get home internet from Verizon? Verizon does home internet? Verizon does home internet. It's only $25 a month.
Yeah, probably for 1G, fucking 2,500 baud.
Bullshit.
Holy
That guy's a dick.
I think he was trying to free it.
No, he wasn't.
I think he got caught. At least that's what it said.
Did he catch it himself?
I don't know. He just said he was trying to free it.
The thing I like is that people complain about sharks being on the beach, but then they go fucking fishing for them on the beach.
Yeah. That is crazy. And then he like looks back at the camera. I'm like, look at the fucking fish, dude.
It's a shark.
Well, a shark is a fish.
Is it?
Yes, I've looked it up because I too made that mistake. Because I'm like, oh, fishes have scales.
But what kind of shark is it?
Is he trying to fix it?
Blue fucking, I don't know.
It looks like he fucking caught it. Like a douche.
He said he was trying to release it, but who fucking knows?
Steve.
If this guy's not trying to release it, he's being a dick to it. Like, and he needs to get his ass bitten.
Biden has
His
signed
ass
the Inflation
bitten.
Reduction Act into law. This action marks
No, motherfucker, just leave a shark alone. I mean,
Yeah.
just leave the motherfucker alone.
Leave him alone. Let's see. It was a.
Oh, but did you see that tornado in Destin?
No, show me.
Oh fuck! It was big fucking.
Does it say what kind of shark it was?
Shit myself.
I don't know.
It looked like a.
It
like
was
a little,
appeared to be a sand tiger shark.
That was. I didn't see any brown on it.
I don't know. It just well, it's not confirmed. The creature actually appeared to be a sand tiger shark, a non-aggressive species of shark known only to attack humans when bothered first. I don't fucking know sharks, dude. So.
I mean, it could have been. I didn't. I mean, I guess not all of them have brown on it. And that was what, New York?
Yeah, I think in
New Jersey? Was it Dr. Dan's cousin?
New York Beach.
I didn't New York had beaches. New York Beach. I'm just kidding, everyone. Good morning, Uncle Eric.
Smith Point Beach.
Very popular beach. Yeah, no shark. Dr. Dan's Blooming Onion Maker. Bubba, 109, 110. Yeah, it does look like more like no shark.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. My boy Gooch, who is what, number 4 or 3 in Columbus's most wanted?
He's number 3.
The third most important man that lives or is from Columbus, Indiana is one Gooch.
Jeff the Gooch Patterson.
He said, I can't be at the game this Saturday because obviously I live in Columbus, Indiana, and I work for Tony Stewart. And I'll be at some dirt track or NHRA event. That being said, I bought 2 tickets in section 109.
Oh, nice.
That's
I got the one
cool.
Brian wanted.
That is so cool. You know, you can't be there.
That's why I bought them.
That is cool. So the Bubba Army's like, we can't be there, but we'll buy some tickets and, you know.
Support.
Too bad we can't have cardboard cutouts.
Yeah.
Right, Lummy?
Yeah, it's cardboard cutout of them.
Oh. Too bad we couldn't put cardboard cutouts. That would be kind of cool.
It would be.
I got some Venmo and Cash App action. Fish on the J and on the Cash App. And Dale Roop, $100 on the Cash App. Thank you. Don Hindle, 3, Henstar, 50. on the Venmo, both at the Bubba Army. Thank you so much. Having to drop all of what you're doing right now to worry about packing and shipping is the last thing that you need to be worried about. Stamps.com is your 24-hour, 7 days a week post office and UPS access. Skip the headaches and be a member of Stamps.com. For more than 20 years, Stamps.com has been an indispensable tool for over 1 million businesses. Stamps.com gives you the access to the post office and UPS without ever having to leave your own office. You don't need any special equipment, any special computers. Boom, regular printer, regular computer, and you're up and going. How about 30% off the post office and 86% off UPS? You can even order your shipping supplies with Stamps.com, including a free priority mail envelopes and boxes. Don't mail and ship the hard way. Sign up with Stamps.com today. Sign up with my promo code BUBBA for a special offer that includes a 4-week trial plus free postage and a digital scale. No long-term commitments in their contracts. Go to Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
Click on the microphone on the top homepage and type in Bubba. That's Stamps.com.
Promo code Bubba.
So let me, you must tell the Tampa Tarpons that, even though there may not be somebody in that seat, chances are that seat might be sold because Bubba Army is now buying them like the way Jeff Gooch Patterson did.
Well, thank you, Jeff.
That's kind of cool.
It is.
To support the overall cause.
Woo.
This is from Destin?
Yeah,
This
yes.
is where, the Fort Walton Beach people are.
Yeah.
Did it hurt? Did it come ashore or no?
That one did it, but I guess there was like a small one that reappeared in that storm.
Is this yesterday?
Yeah.
Guys, good morning.
Good morning.
By the way, we all that went love the Destin beach area.
Yeah, Destin's great.
Beautiful.
Can't wait to go back.
Destin and Fort Walton. Oh,
Anna, if you liked Daytona,
I didn't.
Daytona's white trash compared to Destin.
No, I need to check out the Panhandle. I've never been.
It's great.
Yeah, I want to spend a couple days there and go see some stuff.
Where were you the last time we were? Were you in California?
Yes, I was. I believe I was at a wedding that I was mocked for.
Now,
'cause I couldn't bring a +1.
But hold on. Now, don't you? If you and Blitz were still a thing, don't you think you would have had far more better time getting blasted over the railing, looking at the beach?
No doubt.
Hanging out with Shane and Scotch and Shannon Burke and
Yes.
great people like that.
Yes, it would have been great.
Justin Clark. You would have been the number 2 hottest bitch there.
Out of 2. Fantastic.
No, out of a whole bunch.
Oh.
I mean, you would be behind McKaylee.
High five for yes,
Nichols.
of course.
Good morning.
High five, Girl Scout.
Guys, good morning. Just stumbled across something.
Man, look at that.
That is scary.
Now, Blitz, if you're a boat out there, are you screwed?
No. I mean, if it's right above you, yeah, but you can outrun. You can outrun a
But
water
you can
spout.
unless
That
you're.
still would be scary to be in the water.
It
with.
would be a lot of fun.
It would be.
Oh yeah.
Would you drive if you had a jet ski? Would you drive out that way?
Hell yes.
For real?
Yes.
Really? Because it's not. I
Absolutely.
mean, it's not whipping across the ground anything faster than you can't get away,
No,
right?
I mean, I'd be way more worried if there's lightning around.
Oh, there's a lot of lightning there.
Oh, okay. Well, then I wouldn't be on the water. But
Right
yeah,
there.
Oh yeah, that one.
I'd
that-
be way more afraid of that.
That is.
Yeah, because you're the only thing on a real flat surface, a little blip, right?
Yeah.
And that's sometimes what lightning hits is the highest,
A lot of times, yeah.
That's a big one.
A big one.
Now, Blitz, when a tornado goes above, is it sucking all the water up?
Well, that's not a tornado.
It's a water.
It's a water spout.
All right, so in a water spout, is it bringing all of the seawater up, or is it just?
I mean, some, but not really. It's not like no. It's not sucking a bunch of water up though.
So it's just basically a tornado on the water, and
That's
it's
what it
just
says.
stirring up the water
Yeah.
like it would on Grant. Like if it was on this beach, all these chairs would be a flying, right?
Right.
It says it has the same characteristics as a land tornado.
Correct.
It can move to the land,
Correct.
I imagine. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, they come off of Tampa Bay all the time.
Yep.
Heading east.
Yeah, they're here all the time.
But I just
38, here it
That
comes.
crazy.
looks apocalyptic.
Most of them don't come to shore, or like the second they get to shore, they dissipate.
It does look very apocalyptic,
Yes,
right?
it
And
does.
if you, Blitz, if
That's
you live
like
in a
end of
condo,
days stuff.
like if you're like, okay, Blitz, let's say that we're at, the hotel that they put us at when we went to Fort Walton Beach.
Yep.
And this thing's coming. Like,
I'm sitting there watching it, loving every second of it.
until when?
And the whole time.
What if it hits the goddamn hotel and it goes down?
Nah. It's not going to.
They'll shoot it.
Shoot it.
shoot it.
pulls
Let's
out.
Get off
shoot it.
my lawn!
Don't get near me now. I got my personal space.
Yeah.
I'm fearing
See,
for my
that's me.
life.
You heard me in the background just now.
Let's go. Guys, good morning.
All right, so this is yesterday up there in
Yeah,
Fort
they've been
Walton?
getting a lot of bad weather.
Have they?
Yeah.
President Biden has signed the Inflation Reduction Act
thank
into
God.
law.
This action marks a major victory for the president's domestic agenda.
Yeah, so now are some people looking at this as I want to try to put some free money in the Americans' pockets right before the midterms because we're screwed?
Pretty much.
And nobody likes free money more than Americans?
Do we get free money for
I don't
this?
know.
No, I don't think it's a stimulus
Less
deal.
than
With,
three-
like tax
I
breaks.
think-
Oh, tax breaks if you buy an electric
Yeah.
car, you get 30%.
All right, let's see what it
for
is.
kids.
Let's see what it all is.
Midterm elections. President Biden interrupted his summer vacation to sign the massive climate, health, and tax bill at the White House this afternoon. The House of Representatives approved the Democrat-backed plan Friday following its passage in the
Yay.
Senate earlier this month.
Today offers further proof that the soul of America is vibrant, the future of America
you.
is bright, and the promise of America is real and just beginning.
Joining us now is CBS News political contributor Sean Sullivan. Hi, Sean. So tell us a little bit.
Holy Ronco spray on hair. Spray on hair.
More about the Inflation Reduction Act, why it's so
Are we
significant.
getting any free money?
No.
I mean,
what does it accomplish?
Unrelated to this, you might.
I mean, can I buy a Tesla and they'll pay it? You know, I mean, you get a tax break on a Tesla?
30% under taxes off, or whatever it is.
What?
You get
Or
30%
whatever
back
it
on
is.
it.
There might
Well,
be
this
stimulus
act-
and rebate checks depending on what state you live in.
Is something that Democrats have been talking about for
Yeah, if you live in a red state, they're not sending you nothing. If you live in a blue state, you're going to get all of
Not true.
many, many years on two fronts, accomplishing something on healthcare and
it.
accomplishing
Man, that
something
guy's got concrete head, does he not?
on climate change. And
Sabah.
for the past few years, Democrats have been frustrated that a lot of these priorities that they've put at
High five, Girl Scout.
the front
Wind it
burner
up.
of their
Wind it up.
agenda have been beyond their reach. And this does that. This does.
Man, I would so like Joe Biden more if he'd give us a wind us up, wind it up, high five, Girl Scout.
Imagine if he just like all of a sudden started getting Tourette's.
Oh, that's the only thing that could save his presidency would be Tourette's.
I would actually love him if he did.
If he was been like, hey, American, big jugs.
He just started
just
cussing.
The stimulus thing, I got to poop my pants. Wind it up, Girl Scout. High five.
That'd be awesome.
It makes big investments in combating climate change,
Listen, you got 2.5 more years as the president. Any climate change needs to be stuff that we talked about 10 years ago in order to, really, really get the infrastructure needed to make anything significant that's going to really make a dent in climate change. You can't do it in 2.5 years.
forming the sort of way we rely on energy and investing in renewable technologies through tax credits and other means. And it also aims to lower the cost of prescription drugs,
Okay, I'm good for that.
cost for seniors. It allows the government to negotiate eventually the prices of certain drugs. And these are things that Democrats have been talking about wanting to do for a long time, but it just hasn't worked out. And it looked late last year when they were zeroing in on this big, sweeping climate and social spending initiative that they were getting close. And then it all fell apart, and it looked like, look, they were not going to get this done. Now, this plan is...
Did I do that good?
...is less ambitious and less sweeping than what they talked about last year. But I think a lot of Democrats, if you would have talked...
That is perfect. Did I do good?
Watch his eyeballs when he looks at it.
You want the pen? Hey, Chuck Schumer, how'd I do?
That's how he looks
You're
at him.
rubbing your boner on me. Your boner's on my right elbow.
He's just like a little baby child.
Can I sniff your hair, Chuck? Where's Nancy? She's usually here for all this stupid stuff. There's not an opportunity. She usually doesn't miss to be on camera. Old dried up raisin bitch.
Huge jugs.
Talked to them earlier
Big jugs. You go, Girl Scout. Wind it up.
2%ers.
this year, would have said, I didn't think we were going to get anything close to this. So this is
I can barely shut this thing. I put my mask back on.
sort of the
Is he gonna put the mask back
Yes,
on?
he is.
domestic
Come on.
policy achievement that you're
You can
already
get
seeing
code
Democrats
just by
run on.
looking
We
at
heard from the
people.
president just a few minutes ago. He sort of set up this election year contrast
Hold on.
between Republicans who he sort of set up.
There's our president.
You should just put over his eyeballs.
Aren't we strong Americans that want to look like we're strong. Not some feeble old man that's still afraid of COVID.
Gets COVID twice in like a week.
I think his wife has it now.
Yeah, she does.
This election year contrast between
She's probably so
Republicans
stoked she
who
finally gets
oppose
a
this
break
plan
from
and
this
Democrats
a-hole.
Yeah, she didn't have to worry about putting his
Oh,
jacket
God,
on for
thank
5 days.
perfect.
voted for it.
She could just sit there in the presidential mansion and let people wait on her hand and foot instead of having to clean his diaper all goddamn day.
Right.
And Sean, you talk about big investments.
Jill, yes. You don't have to clean Joe's diaper for 5 days. We're going to take care of you. Wait on your hand and foot because it's not a good look for the first lady to have the vid.
In this legislation.
I know you're still hot at him yelling at you about that jacket deal, aren't you?
Mm-hmm.
God, does he snore loud?
Yeah, it's horrible. I'm planning on getting monkeypox next week.
You're going to get monkeypox next week?
Yes,
From eating his A-double sop?
Yes.
How is this enormous bill being funded?
Yeah, well, I don't know. Nobody. And how's anything being funded? I'll tell you how.
Tax the rich. There you go.
I'll tell you how all
Problem
this
solved.
is being funded. They got those money printing machines running day and night, my friend.
Yeah.
That's how it's working. Ain't backed by nothing.
Well, one
The
primary
scary
means
part
that
is they don't
Democrats
even
are
actually print the money anymore.
They don't. What do they do?
They just say, go ahead and change the number in your bank, and we'll just say we printed money and gave it to you.
Oh, so like it's
It's electronic now. They don't
if
have
they're
to.
sending it to like Bank of America,
Yeah.
New York, and then Bank of America from New York's getting $68 million, right? They don't even send $68 million in cash over there. They're just like, hey,
They
Bank
just
of
change
America,
the numbers.
we're gonna go ahead and send you 60. Go ahead and put 68 on your ledger there, kid.
Yeah,
we're gonna
there's no
authorize.
point in printing money.
talking about, we heard the president talk about this, is changes to the tax code, changes
Do
that
you think there ever be a point of our lifetime where they try to just take all the money back and it's cashless? That way they can control us more, right?
Yeah.
If
I
you're
mean,
cashless,
I mean, at some point, yes.
maybe not during our lifetime, but eventually there probably
yeah.
will just be no cash.
Yeah.
They just program you like, and it'll probably be like in your a chip in your hand or something where you just go, yang, yang, pay
Right.
for stuff.
That's going to suck when you're trying to buy illegal stuff.
It's not going to suck when I cut off a rich man's hand after I kill him. Because I can get his chip. Blitzer, if you're Bill Gates and you're chipped up with your value, don't think Bill Gates ain't taking a lick and Coco ain't carving out his chip and giving it to me.
trying to make wealthy corporations
Lummy, I need you to go to Seattle and kill Bill Gates and get me the chip in his finger, okay?
I'm on it.
Who aren't paying.
By the way,
That's super fat Bubba Light. He'll do it.
hey, Super Fat Bubba Light, I need Bill Gates' chip, okay?
hey, no problem.
Can you drive your semi out there?
Hey, no problem.
Cut off his right finger and bring it to me? Oh, yeah,
Can I
yeah.
ride my little clown bike?
Yeah.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show practices healing through humor, consisting of hyperbolic statements and parody on the backside, including the use of disclaimers to cover their collective asses.
We're not asking anybody to cut off Bill Gates' right finger, please.
Paying very much in taxes pay more. And so Democrats are setting this up as a sort of populist plan. Hey, look, this is a plan that we are financing through the wealthiest Americans, through the wealthiest corporations, not the working class. Now, when you talk to Republicans,
Stop banging your desk.
Point to analyses that
Who's banging their desk?
That guy.
Oh, I thought it was Anna.
say, look, number one, you call this the Inflation Reduction Act. They point to analyses saying this,
I don't like that last part.
Isn't going to potentially have a big impact on inflation. They point to the spending
IRS funding to go after tax cheaters.
in combating climate change. For
They're
example.
hiring 86,000 more IRS people.
Yep.
Whoa.
And they're authorizing each bureau to have a SWAT unit. Did you know that?
Oh.
Not each IRS new agent's going to be given a gun, but each agency is going to have like a 8 to 10 person SWAT team. I was reading about it because people were freaking out that you remember Blitz how much bullets they were buying and guns,
Right.
and they're like, no, not every agent's going to be armed, but each agency now is going to have a couple Pat McGoverns, which they don't have now.
Example,
They bought
and
a bunch of
cast this
trailers too, so they can go home to home and just take what they
as
need for your
wasteful,
house.
as out of touch with what the American
For real, they did purchase a bunch of cargo trailers.
Did they?
Yes.
people need. So we really are looking at a very, very stark.
If you see the IRS cargo trailer here at work before you pull in, just keep going.
Okay.
It's over.
Got it.
If you see Blitz in handcuffs out front, and I'm long gone.
Contrast.
Blitz just happened to be here on a Friday late wiring some stuff up, and the IRS invaded us. He was the only person that worked here that got caught.
Mm-hmm.
In the making right now, politically speaking.
And he got in trouble because he pulled out his gun. He was defending the place.
Between Democrats touting this bill and Republicans opposing it.
And so, the Inflation Reduction Act has become law less than 3 months before the midterm election.
Now, has there ever been, and I have to go into words, so I'm not too late for my guest today at 9, but has there ever been, in the midst of all the inflations that we've been through over our, I don't know, dating back to the Great Depression, and then I don't know how many times we've been in large inflations. I think quite a few. I think the most recent was 08. And did in 08 they have what they called the bailout?
For the airlines and banks.
So is it? I think
cars.
So is this like another bailout, so to speak? With every big massive inflation comes a government subsidy, if you will. And is that what this is? Every time there's an inflation, it seems like the government has some type of legislation that comes out where they're handing out free money to whomever, right?
Yeah, I don't think this is a bailout though.
I mean, they did do the chip companies. I know they're giving them a lot.
When's the last time
bail out the citizens?
When's the last time that the U.S. government, during an inflation crisis, enacted a law to give benefits, tax benefits, and basically those that qualify, money? I don't know. The bailout was more towards what? Auto manufacturers and the banks, right?
The big banks.
Airlines.
I don't think Jamie's Northern Heat and AC got a bailout package.
No.
So it was major, huge corporations. And I think that George W. Bush actually said, the reason why we got to bail these out is because they're too big to fail.
Right.
Okay. So they've been irresponsible about their spending and whatever. And now we got to...
Offering people mortgages they couldn't afford.
Right.
A stripper had 5 houses in Miami. She was approved for that.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
I think the government gave like $52 billion for the chips manufacturers, for the semiconductors.
This go around or?
Huh?
What are you talking about? When?
Like a month ago.
Oh, a month ago.
Or like maybe a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was like $52 billion for semiconductors.
It's fall.
To address the chip shortage.
Hi, Lummox.
Hi, Bubba. Yeah, exactly.
Paul Riviera, 10 on the cash. David Figueroa, Dan's Bloomin' Onion, 20 on the VIN.
Here you go.
Oh, do I got a homemade Willie today?
No, it's yours.
Fuck, I got a homemade one in there.
Oh.
Good morning,
I'll feed it
Trickney,
tomorrow.
Ashley, Beacon, Fabian, 24.
Yeah.
Good morning, DDP
Look.
for life.
Those aren't that bad.
You Danger Duff.
I
Are they
bought
going to
it
be
for myself
American
today,
made,
too.
though?
They're not that bad. You must have been desperate.
I know some people have said that they're just going to get made in China or Taiwan.
Little Lummy and the Jet.
Woo! Ding to it, too.
Lummy and the Jet. We're doing live stream so we can get it done with.
Yes, sir. Live stream next. What's up, Mount Pizza? Catastrophic. Greg 843. Good morning. Super Grit. Good morning. Lumpy 352.
Lummy live stream.
Light stream.
Live stream, Lummy.
Lightstream.com/BTLS. Hey, Bubba Fan 69. What's up, Dane? Seminole Snowman.
Lummy and the Jet.
I've had big ass nose. Light stream next. Bad Jake 81. Kiss Fan 1975. Good morning. Pudo Ballin, Hall of Famer. Pudo Ballin.
This shit sucks.
What do you got, Bubba?
Wow. What's up, Trickney Ashley?
Kiss Fan. Ding 202.
I'm sexy and I'll mow it. That's funny as fuck, Ashley. Trick of knees. A little shorty shit. Dale Roop.
for life.
Dale Roop. Fish on the J. Lummy, are we gonna get some more fish for the fucking pond?
Yeah, Fish on Jay, he's done moving now. We're planning a weekend.
Can we get a couple motherfucking bluegills or some fucking carps or something?
Well, we got bluegills in there. We're gonna go for maybe a couple bluegills and then maybe a bass or two.
Is there currently a bass in there right now?
No, there's bluegills, a couple carps, some shiners.
Well, Lummy, you need to bass out, buddy.
I know you gotta. The bluegills, I think the bluegills are big enough where the
Bass
bass
out.
isn't gonna just eat them all.
Well, just put one motherfucking bass in there.
Yeah, we're going to. We're thinking of maybe two though, so then they can make some bass.
But you need more motherfucking bluegills too.
Yeah. We were gonna do them both at the same time.
Bass out.
Just give me some shit, Lummy. God damn it.
I'm about to come
Or you're
out.
in trouble.
I'm about to go out there 199 and take
Trouble,
pictures
you're in
of
trouble.
all the ones by the fish light. Just Kimmy.
Oh, she lost by a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Liz Cheney, that
Yeah. What was
fucking
it? Like 40
demon from
points?
hell, and her fucking horrible monster of a dad.
She's gonna run for president.
God. Oh, thank you, Redbeard.
Very good, Gene. It would last what?
God, I hate the cheese.
3 hours? Maybe 4. Maybe a little bit longer, I guess, right?
Morning, Tiffany.
Mm.
Didn't she throw her gay sister like under the bus?
Back in the day? Yeah, kind of.
Like, being gay is wrong. Her sister's like, what the fuck?
Yeah. That was when he was vice president, wasn't it? They were
No.
running for re-election. I thought that.
Because she was saying, because she was running for Congress.
Oh.
Not Trickney as gay sister. We're talking about Liz Cheney.
We only got like 5 minutes, so I don't want to be late for my guest. So I'm gonna have to break at like 54, Lummy.
Okay. We're still doing live stream, right?
Yes.
Live stream.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Spot Show. Thank you to the great Chef Gooch Patterson. If you want to go to the Tampa Tarpons game with us on Saturday, go to our Instagram or our Facebook. There's a click-through that'll put you in our section 109 and 110. Tickets range from $5.38 to $36. The $36 package is all you can eat and drink. Unlimited stuff. Jeff Gooch Patterson is such a good friend, number 3 or 4 from Columbus, Indiana.
Number 3.
That he can't even make it, but he'd love to take him and his son Sawyer. So he just bought 2 tickets for the cause. Thank you. Have you noticed that your credit card interest rates are about 19 or 20%? You just can't keep up with that in inflation, and you're racking it up, and you don't know what to do. And you can start whittling it down and making some headway, if you will, if you had a rate that maybe like started at 5.73% APR with auto pay and excellent credit. Get a credit card consolidation loan from Lightstream and help pay off your credit cards and lock in a low fixed interest rate. The national average interest rate on credit cards is a little over 19%, and it might go up. Now's the time to do a credit card consolidation loan with that debt in a low interest fixed rate with credit card consolidation loans from Lightstream. You can get up to $5,000 to $100,000 in the same day that you apply. And for my listeners only, get a special interest rate discount and even save more. The only way to get this discount is to go to lightstream.com.
/BTLS.
LIGHTSTREAM.com.
/BTLS.
Subject to credit approval. Rates range from 5.73% APR to 19.99% APR and include a 0.50% auto pay discount. Lowest rates require excellent credit. Terms and conditions apply. Offers are subject to change without notice. Visit lightstream.com /BTLS for more information. Dan Figueroa, Dan's Bloomin' Onion, 20 on the Venmo. Ashley Daunt, Trickney of Knees, 25 on the Venmo.
Yippee Brando, 1,000 bits.
Fish on the J and Paul Riviera. Not to be confused with Dale Roop on the Hundo. That's at the Bubba Army. PayPal, Cash App, YouTube. At 9 o'clock, I got a special guest. Rollo Tomasi is his name. He is the author of the book, I think it's a 4-part series.
Yeah, it's a series.
Called The Rational Male. I think that Rollo spent some time in Orlando, and he might be familiar with the program.
I believe he is.
So that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
He has a huge YouTube following, 153,000 or so subscribers. And I'm going to have him in or on the air, I think via Zoom, in about 8 minutes or so. Promoting his YouTube channel and his books. So I did a little research on the guy. He kind of promotes kind of like how I roll around. I kind of roll around.
The being the man.
Well, yeah, I mean, not all snowflake woked out. I think he's trying to get men to stop being so soft.
It's nice to see like an equal and opposite reaction to all the push for feminism and to kind of feminize men. So I like his message.
Well, now I understand him trying to not feminize men. Or is he trying to feminize men?
No. I'm saying he's the reaction to society
Right.
trying to feminize men.
The things that I've watched
and he's
is
saying,
that
no, this is not the move.
Right. Good. I'm glad I wasn't misinterpreting
Sorry.
his message.
Yes, no.
I was like, man, I thought I knew what he was talking about. Yeah. I did do a microdose yesterday, though.
And watch Tourette's for an hour and a half.
And watch Tourette's videos. Now, this guy here in New Jersey is wrestling this shark. I have two opinions about this. If this guy is just messing with this shark, he needs to get bit. But if this guy's trying to get like a fishing lure or something out of this shark, because then I understand. But even in that case, man, you just let sharks be. If they got a big ass fishing lure in their mouth, I don't know that you necessarily need to be wrestling it to shore being Johnny Good Samaritan.
Yeah.
Sharks will bite you.
Yes, they will.
I mean, like, really. And so it's even more disturbing if this shark's just rolling around being a shark and this guy's kind of being this way to him. Blitz, what do you think? Like, do you think that a guy should just be able to wrestle up a shark like this? Or do you think this is kind of unnecessary?
I mean, if it's just swimming around and he grabbed it, then he should get bit.
Yeah.
I think he's trying to set it free from the line, but I don't know.
Okay, but, common sense has it where if a shark has a fishing lure in its mouth,
just let it go.
If it's a dolphin, that's one thing. Or something that can't hack you.
Yeah.
But this guy,
big old orca dolphin.
Yeah. Sharks are mean as hell. Sharks bite, then start making decisions.
Yep.
That's how they protect themselves.
Bite.
And also, obviously, eat food.
It looks like he's got like some kind of fishing line that he's reeling in this shark.
Holy shit!
Yeah, you're not supposed to attempt to take out the hook.
Oh my Lanta! Holy shit!
Like, let this shark go, buddy. He doesn't. He doesn't get bit, but I wish he would.
Yeah.
I wish that the shark would chomp right on his ankle. And Blitz, that shark's big enough it could really f you up.
Yeah, ankle out.
Is it?
And as soon as he gets a little water, he gets a little life in him. Blitz, they're super flexible. They're made of cartilage. He could just really 90-degree it right now and get that guy's ankle. Could he not?
If you wanted to, you
And the
could
guy's
easily
looking
turn around.
back. He's like, I'm like, dude, keep your eye on the shark.
Yeah. Anyway.
And apparently they take a long time to die.
He did apparently one on it.
They take a long time to die. That's why you cut the tail off when you fish for them. I learned. We watched this whole thing on Patagonia.
Yeah.
I want to go.
You got me lost. What's Patagonia?
It's like a desert in South America with cliffs and
Man,
a lot
what
of
high
marine
maintenance
life.
bitch.
What?
I mean, if your girl has to go to Patagonia,
jeez,
Patagonia.
We got a week off. Where do you want to go? Denver?
Patagonia?
No.
I told
Why
her.
not?
I told her no, Bubba.
I want to see the parrots.
But I hope you manned up and
They got
I hope you put
penguins.
your pimp ham up on that blitz and went,
What did I say when you said you wanted to go?
bitch, I
He
told
said
you.
absolutely not.
Bitch, I told
I
you.
said they got mountains.
Bitch, I told you about asking about going to
They got
Patagonia.
glaciers.
Denver's as far as I'm going, bitch.
Well, I mean, I'll go to other places farther than Denver, but not Patagonia.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
I'm gonna hack up some phlegm. I'll be right back. 2 seconds. You need anything, anyone?
No, we're good.
Good pee. Exactly. Way to do. GHB, CK, BK, 438 months. 30D, 32. 17 months. What if I can? If her phlegm's gonna take that long, I could run back there. Is it 20D? Oh. Wrong person. Honey bird woman.
You gotta get out of your way. Lummy. Lummy and the Jets.
Buckeye and Cali. Good morning. Yes, Iggy Hall of Famer Iggy McGillicuddy.
Man, Audacity just had a huge fucking cut. Cut a bunch of people. Every day.
Yep.
Every day there's another company that's fucking blasting talent.
Blasting gear. It said he was connected already, so I was waiting for it to pop up.
Alright.
What's up, Chizat?
There it is.
You gotta admit him, right?
Yeah.
But he can't hear me, can he?
No.
Beautiful.
So I should write him a little note. Say 3 minutes.
Yep.
Can you hear me?
He's trying to talk to you too. And then he's
3 minutes.
I don't think he was like.
Yeah, he wasn't looking. And then he's out of that net is out of audition still.
Yes.
Okay, good.
All right.
What's up, Hootie His?
3 minutes, Rolo. 3 minutes.
If you could put him in a queue, you could probably hear him.
Oh, thanks, Sicilian Redneck.
Yeah.
Hear something.
Audio in 3 minutes.
Morning, Gary Cantrell.
I wonder if Rolo. Hey, Rolo. Audio in 2 minutes, 30 seconds. Audio in 2 minutes and 30 seconds.
Thanks. Oh, hello, Daunting Nine.
I know.
Oh, God. I can kind of hear him.
We got you.
Yay, Aaron. See you on Saturday.
Soon.
I think you need to move it a little bit to the right or left. Okay, that is.
Hold on, buddy. 1 minute, 30 seconds. We need to explain to our guests, Anna.
Yeah.
Because we look stupid.
That's okay. That's on brand.
It's okay for us to be stupid?
That's on brand, Bubs.
Is our brand stupid, Anna?
It can be. We got range.
Oh, good. Okay, here we go. 1 minute, Rolo, 1 minute. Does Rolo live in L.A.?
I think he's in Reno. He probably knows your dad.
Reno? That's where my dad lives.
You can hear the delay.
All right, hey Rolo, 49 seconds and you'll be able to hear us, buddy. Yeah, we got you muted and then we'll go live and then you'll be able to hear us. So then turn down your Twitch deal so we don't have double feedback, Willie. All right, perfect. Here we go. 30 seconds, buddy. It's the Bubba Love Sponge Show, and I got a special guest on the phone. I think you can hear me now. Rolo, can you get me?
Yeah, I got you.
You know what? We probably need to explain to our potential Zoom guests that you can't hear us. So you see us talking, and then we see you talking.
Yeah.
And then you think we can't hear you, but you can hear us, and we can hear you, but it's
okay. I got you on the Twitch stream too, which by the way is fantastic.
It's on brand. We're stupid. That's what Anna has said. We're very much on brand. And you live in Reno now?
I am in Reno, Nevada. It's bright and early here. I actually kind of live in this suburb called Sparks, but
hold on, that's where my dad. That's where my real father lives.
He lives in Sparks.
Yep, pretty close.
I'm supposed to go see my dad in Sparks like in November. And so,
oh, man.
And so if I did, could I come do your, like, because you know us radio guys, like,
Sure.
I'd want to come see your studio. Like, you'd want to probably come see mine. You know how we are.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're more than welcome to come by.
How big of a place is your studio? How big?
Well, this place that I'm in right now is kind of small, but I am actually moving to a larger one, probably about mid-September. So I'm kind of expanding a little bit. I'm moving to a bigger place here in the Reno area, and then I have a partner that I'm working with down in Las Vegas, and I do a lot of work in Vegas. So we're developing a 3-studio podcast studio down there right now. So I'm going to be spreading my time between Reno and Vegas here real soon.
Now, are you opening up a podcast deal like for other podcasters to be able to use, like to have a place?
Yes.
How does that business template work? Like, it seems like podcasting now is almost like it can be as simple and primitive as you want it to be, or it can be as elaborate as you want it to be. Do you think that people will pay, because a guy can get, a laptop and a camera for, I know you could probably be all in the podcasting game for what, $1,000 maybe?
Oh, easy. Yeah. All you really need is just a MacBook Air with a webcam in it. You can start. But if you want to up your game, like at a certain point, content is king. It just depends on what you're talking about. It just sort of depends on the, your niche and what it is that you're getting into. But you'll reach a point where doing your laptop shows is just not going to cut it anymore, and you really want to sort of expand. So you get to certain plateaus, I think. And like right now, I do a lot of work with guys on the Fresh and Fit podcast. I do a lot of work with Valuetainment. I've been on the Blaze. I've been with Elijah Schaefer. There's a lot of guys that are now sort of expanding, I think, into this what I call engagement media. So if you look at companies like The Blaze, you look at Daily Wire, you look at hell, even PragerU or Valuetainment. What these guys are doing is they're sort of building these conglomerates, and so they're like the umbrella company for a lot of other podcasts that are underneath them. And so what they do is they have these sound stages or these studios where they get a bunch of different content creators all under one roof. And that's sort of their, it's almost like the television stations back in, when TV was new. So you had CBS, ABC, and NBC, and all these other corporations, and they had content creators. That's essentially what we're doing right now. And so I'm not trying to do anything like that. We're just creating about a 3 studio podcast.
But are you going to be able to put all those under your, like, it would be a better selling point as well, as if you could then take those podcasts and kind of put them under your umbrella to give them instantaneous traction. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Right now, we're just trying to create a West Coast hub for like the kind of material that we do. And right now, I'm working with a bunch of guys. Like I work with the guys from Rich Dad Poor Dad, from Kiyosaki's side of things, and all the way through a lot of the guys who are doing sort of seduction community or relationship. It's money, muscles, and game. Basically, it's like fitness.
That's why I'm dead on the vine, buddy. I ain't got any of that money, muscles, or anything. I'm just an old radio guy that thinks that,
I know.
I mean, like, really, like my breed of content, so to speak, where it was terrestrially syndicated, and then with Howard on Sirius XM, but it was still kind of it's the resemblance of a radio talk show, so to speak. And,
yes.
But not niched out, meaning like I've not taken a subsect and made it mine. I'm just more overall shocking opinion kind of deal. Although we do have a podcast, and it seems like we kind of did it like we're kind of the dying breed, and you guys, the podcasting world, have super niched and really kind of figured this out. And I've been trying. I think I'm very late to the party, but I don't necessarily think content is king. I think that networking is king.
Oh yeah,
because
yes, absolutely.
Because here's how podcasting works. It's not how necessarily good what you're saying is. It's how you get it distributed and produced, and whose show will help you promote it. It's like it's like almost a big Amway deal. And all you podcaster guys, like I'm on the bottom rung here. I need to start hanging out with more guys like you, Rolo, so I can get up there in the upper rungs, if you will. I think I got the talent.
You just got to up your game. Yeah, I wish and there's guys that are way more paid and way more engaged than I am. But yeah, you are correct in that sense. There's a lot of clout jacking that goes on in this.
There you go. I like
industry.
Clout jacking. That's where I'm getting clout jacked. I'm on the wrong side of clout jacking.
Well, before you think I'm clout jacking you, I used to listen to you back in the day. I remember I used to live in Orlando from 2005 to 2013, and I remember some of the back and forth you guys used to have with the Monsters in the Morning show.
Oh yeah, Russ. Now Russ and I, we're a bunch of old pussies. We're best buddies now. Like that goes right along the line. You're rational male. Here I am trying to be all rugged and stuff, but now I'm best buddies with the guy that I used to be a big radio war. I guess I'm getting soft too at the end of the day.
Well, I mean, I understand what you're talking about. The guy who was my sort of my broadcasting / I guess public speaking mentor was a guy named Pat Campbell, and he was a terrestrial radio show guy out of Tulsa, Oklahoma. He just passed away back in October of last year, but he knew about you guys. He was part of the Orlando, I guess Central Florida market for a while before he moved off to Tulsa, and he was more in the conservative talk radio show host kind of guy. So
Rolo Tomasi on the Zoom call with us today and on the show. He has a 4-part series. I think you're on your 4th.
5-part now.
Is it 5? Sorry,
yeah.
God damn it! I thought you.
Okay,
Anna, you prepped me wrong.
It just came out in April, so
it was 4.
I said book series.
Oh, book series. Yes, his book series is called The Rational Male. That's also his YouTube channel as well. He does quite well. He kind of Rolo kind of walks men through. I don't know, the trying to be kind of still a real man,
back to the basics of masculinity.
Not back to, knocking your girl over the head with a plank like a caveman, but at least, not being a woke-ass snowflake like a lot of men are nowadays. I mean, it's really disturbing. As a 56-year-old guy that kind of is old school, it's very disturbing to see what men have become, quite frankly.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, absolutely. We've systematically feminized men over the course of about 4 generations. And if you get into any of the books in my series, I talk about how a lot of this began right after the sexual revolution, right around after the invention of the pill and 1965.
Is that where you bring it back to? Is that where you take it back to, Rolo, then?
Oh yeah. If you go and you look at where divorce statistics started, if you look at there's so many I'm a really good at connecting dots, and all of those dots all usually point to one direction. It's right around 1965. So if you look at like the rise in divorces, if you look at the decline in marriage, if you look at like Title IX, if you look at just the rise of sort of militant feminism and sort of wokeism, you can go and trace it all the way back until right about the sexual revolution.
And see, that just goes to show you that ass controls us guys. So when we weren't so hung up on the ass, we had a little more power. But once we could start blasting because the girl was on the pill and things like that, we didn't have to worry about it. Then we became weaker as a species.
Well, yeah, and then you have to look at all the downstream effects of being able to have sex and not worry about any kind of pregnancy. And then,
well, I got a vasectomy when I was 35. Best investment I ever made.
Probably a good idea.
In today's environment, they don't want, like if you're under 30, they try to talk, and you go roll up into, your urologist, and
especially you don't have children,
and you don't have kids, and you're under 30. They actually try to talk you out of getting a vasectomy.
Oh yeah. And if you're married, by the way, they'll go and ask and say, "Does your wife know that you're getting a vasectomy?" they want to make sure that there's no surprises on her end.
Yeah, they want us to have more kids, so they're more in control of us at that point. Well, the more kids equal more power over us. Bottom line is.
Essentially, I mean, it's resource transfer and resource exchange at that point.
I mean, you put it in real smart words. I put it in caveman type terms, but the more kids means the less power up for us, period.
More or less, it's responsibility without authority is what it really breaks down.
But even
to.
like during the women's lib era and stuff, like, and I'm not trying to say women need to know their role. I'm not saying that. But what I'm saying is us men's need to know our role and be a little more manly. Women can have all the power. They can be all the CEOs. It can be the Me Too movement. I love the fact that women are really doing a lot of great things right now. But that doesn't mean that we have to be a bunch of pussies.
That's true. What you're getting into right now is something that I've talked about in the past. It's responsibility without authority is slavery right now. So a lot of people think that the solution to getting guys to man up after having told them to man down for so long is that guys need to take more and more responsibility. Well, the problem is like at a certain point you've taken so much responsibility, you simply don't have the authority to exercise that responsibility in the first place. So you can only really claim responsibility up to a point. So when we say, hey, guys, need to sack up and they need to go out and take responsibility, be more of a man. Okay, I get that part. The problem that happens after that is a lot of these guys simply don't have the authority or don't even put it upon themselves to exercise or claim that authority as a man, so that they can actually exercise that responsibility. So back in the day when, the good old days, right, prior to the sexual revolution, we had what women would complain of as patriarchy. And patriarchy actually is a much more balanced system than feminism or gynocentrism, or we're certainly where we're at right now.
Because, man, Rollo's smart as hell. I need to hang out with Rollo.
Back in the day, back in the old
man, me and Rollo would have a good ass show. I could be the rough around the edges, and he could be the real smooth dude that comes in there and sets my barbaric ass straight. Me and Rollo need to do some stuff together.
Well, patriarchy used to be about responsibility. You had to be responsible for your wife and your family and your kids and, the dog in the yard and have a job and be a responsible guy. But that came with a commensurate amount of authority, meaning that you were the head of the household and what you said goes.
Yeah,
right
I like that. I like
all
that.
that responsibility and no authority
Now,
whatsoever.
You've been married 25 years. Are you still the head of the household, Rollo?
Absolutely, I am.
I mean, I know that you feed the greyhounds here and there. See, I did my research on you. See? And so you still feed the dogs. You're still the man. I mean, like me, I run my house like I do the check, but I do the bills. I'm the man.
Well, I think a lot of people think that when you talk about, I guess, authority or masculine authority in the household, it just depends on the deference that is sort of that defines your relationship. So when I am making decisions that benefit myself, they also benefit the people who I love and who I have in my house and the people who are dependent upon me. So right now, I mean, I've got, my wife, my daughter, my mother-in-law. I've got several other people who are sort of, I don't want to say dependents, but they are.
You got the mother. You got the mother-in-law.
Lifestyle depends on
the
whether or
mother-in-law
not
gimmick.
I succeed.
Rolo, you got the mother-in-law gimmick. How's that?
She lives in the downstairs unit.
Yeah,
that I also
The
paid
basement?
for.
Does
so-
she like? Does she like you though? Do you guys get along?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Oh, absolutely.
A lot of
Yeah, she
times,
lives in
a
it,
real
definitely.
strong man can get the mother-in-law as a real cool ally. You know what I'm saying? That's when you're really
Yeah, well,
the man.
She's good. She's always been very supportive of everything that I've done and really my marriage with my wife. But I mean, I think the thing that defines us the most is sort of this understanding of what our roles are and where we fit in. And I think people really kind of bristle at the idea of like saying, oh, well, know your role. That's not a statement of like, slavery or trying to put.
No, I think that statement's dead on. Period. For all types of different situations.
Yeah, and I also think it's confusing, especially to a lot of men, because we have a lot of women calling for men to kind of stand down in toxic masculinity, but then sexually they're selecting the men that are, a little bit more rugged, a little more alpha. Right. So it's this confusing thing. It's like, okay, well, why are all the G's, why are all the mafia bosses, as Andrew Tate calls them, why are they getting all the girls? But
yes.
Right. But they're calling for men to stand down and get in touch with their feminine side.
But I
so.
think there's a certain amount of women. I think there's a certain amount of women that still want an alpha, though.
They do, like privately, but publicly they say that men are toxic and masculinity is bad and blah blah blah.
Bunch of two-faced bitches. Is
Right.
what
So
they
it's
are.
an interesting discrepancy there.
Well, it's what we call hypergamy. Okay, I'm going to say it the nice radio friendly way. It's alpha seed and beta need. They're looking for guys who are going to rock their world in bed and who are going to be the man, are going to take charge, going to be dominant, that are going to be at the top of the sort of masculine dominance hierarchy. And then they want the guys. It's like good dads versus good cads, right? So then there's the beta provider side of things, where the guy is a good protector, provider, and he's parentally invested. Those are the guys who are the man downs versus the guys who are the man ups.
Right. So you can extract the genes from the good guys, but get the resources from the betas.
Yeah, because they rarely exist in the same guy now.
Right.
Because for 4 generations, we've been telling guys to man down, and now suddenly we want them to man up. Well, guys, don't know how to man up. They don't even know what that means. In fact, to be a man right now seems like a negative thing. To actually embrace masculinity, it has a negative connotation. That's how we get things like toxic masculinity. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There's only masculinity, and there's the aspects of it that are convenient and are good and are work in line with a female imperative, and there's the side that doesn't. So the same imperatives that push a guy like, I'm sure you've seen the show Jackass, where guys go and do like, crazy stupid ass stunts all the time.
Right.
That masculinity is the same masculinity that inspires like the firemen to run into the burning building to save
risk
the baby.
taking and protection.
So what's toxic and what is not? It's the same masculinity. It's just applied in a different way. And so when it's convenient for women and it serves their purpose, then it's not toxic. But when anything that serves a male purpose or no purpose at all is toxic masculinity. And so it's what it is, as Bubba was just saying, it's a power grab. It's a way to control men by shaming them for aspects of masculinity that serve a purpose or don't serve a purpose.
Rollo Tomasi, my guest, he's a best-selling author, 5-book series now called The Rational Male. Also Twitter, Instagram, and he's huge on YouTube with his Rational Male show. Sometimes they'll go 4 hours. I mean, man, you're Johnny Marathon man over there.
I do one really long form show that's 1 p.m. Pacific, 4 p.m. Eastern. I do that on Sundays. Again, a holdover from when I used to do the show with Pat Campbell. But I do that, and then I've got clips and I've got short form stuff, so people can go, I can't watch 4 hours. so I start doing clips channels, and then everybody doesn't want to watch watch the clips channels because they think they're too long. So then you do like 1 minute shorts and reels.
Yeah, your listeners
drive-by comments on those too.
Listeners are as messed up as women right now. They don't know what the hell they want. Go long, go short. You're too short, you're too long. We want more, we want less. We want less, we want more. We want a lot more, we want a lot less.
Yeah,
you suck, you're good. We like you, you're kick ass, you suck, we hate you. That's
we live in the TLDR generation, which
Absolutely.
is too long, didn't read. Our attention spans are like nothing like they used to be.
Well, they want you to do a 4-hour show, and they want to see the best 30 seconds of it.
Right.
Yeah.
So and that's why when I do interviews like this, probably somebody's going to come along and go and clip out the worst part of this interview for 30 seconds and then use it as a buzz clip.
Well, they can screw off all that. I'm just glad I have. I had Brett Favre, Roger Stone, and now I had Brett Favre and Roger Stone a week ago. Now I got my boy Rolo up in the house. I'm quite.
And you had Chris Jericho, who everybody says I look like.
You look like Chris Jericho, who doesn't lift weights anymore. You're like Chris Jericho that had a neck injury and had to quit lifting weights. And by the way, oddly enough, we are really good friends of Chris. And for Chris's first, I don't know, maybe 5 years of his podcast, he used our studios to record them.
Really?
When he was with podcast, I think he was with Podcast One at the time. He's moved around a few different times, hasn't he? In the podcast world.
I'm pretty sure I've seen him around. That's the number one guy. When people like peg me, who do I look like? People go, oh, he looks like Chris Jericho right now.
Chris Jericho, you got to put the last part in there now.
I think it's just the hair. I think it's just the long hair at this point.
Yeah, but you kind of got. I know Chris Jericho real well, and you kind of got his delivery. Like you kind of got a Jericho-ish delivery. No, you really do. I'm
gonna have to hit him up.
By the way, Chris is brilliant. Like he's not the typical dumb blockheaded wrestler. He's absolutely brilliant. Rolo Tomasi on the air. Do you do a podcast, Rolo, or are you just pretty much on Insta, Twitter, and YouTube, and the book deal?
Well, my podcast, like I said, I've got my YouTube channel, so I've got that going on. As far as like audio and everything, I usually convert my shows to like Anchor, and then I throw those out there.
I think that's what we're doing
right now. It seems. Well, this year I have traveled. Let's see, I have been in Miami once a month since December of last year, and that's going and doing Patrick Bet-David show, doing Valuetainment with Adam Sosnick. I'm always on Fresh and Fit, constantly. I'm a permanent resident there.
Can you get me on some of these shows, Rolo? Tell them Bubba the Love Sponge is cool as hell.
Hey, I don't think Fresh and Fit would be too much of a problem since you're just right up the state from them.
Yeah, I can drive right on down there, or we can zoom it up, or whatever the hell.
That'd be an interesting combination.
Do you
of
think
characters.
that those guys even know? Like, let me ask you a question, Rolo, and I'm not asking you to be just. I want you to be completely honest, but like within the radio / people probably have heard of me, haven't they?
I have. I know several people who have. When I mentioned you, I actually mentioned you on my show on, I guess it was last Sunday. And I had people telling me like when, where, when can I watch this? Because they remember your names. That's for sure.
Right now, you're live on my show right now, but are you going to use this for your show?
I probably will.
Well, he probably will. Come on, I thought we were doing. I thought this was like a content
I don't want to rip
exchange
you off
kind of
entirely, but yeah.
You can have it all. I mean, you have far more people than I do, bitch. Play as much as you want. So, Rolo,
well, I travel and I do. I'm really kind of. I get interviewed a lot these days.
Because you're smart as hell. That's why. God damn, you're smart as hell.
I've been a permanent resident in what we call the manosphere and the red pill space really since 2002 is when I got started. And so a lot of people come back to me and just look at my stuff for reference, and I'm still active. I'm still doing what I'm doing, and I just put myself. I think I just put myself out there, as you were saying before. Networking is very, very important.
Oh, it's huge, and I'm not real good at it, but I have somewhat of a name, and I'm going to tell you right now. Well, because we're best friends now, and and I'm going to be in Reno, Nevada, hopefully seeing you. But
definitely.
Out of everybody you've ever been on, and I'm not trying to blow my own horn, buddy, but out of everything, every show that you've been on, or every guest that you've had, and it's all about being, man up, man this, and man up. How many people that you've had on that think they're real men have a sexual technique that's been named after them?
Sterling Cooper.
Okay, so
Sterling is the only one that comes to mind. He was,
Now,
I think he's out of the industry now, but he's a male porn star
for a long time. Yeah,
and by all means, Sterling Cooper was probably pretty much a pimp, pretty much an OG, pretty much a cool dude.
Absolutely, still is.
Right. Well, do you know? I don't know if you have the ability to Google something now, but if you could Google two-fingered cul-de-sac Jones. It's a sexual fingering technique developed and accredited to me. Two-fingered, C-U-L-D-A-S-A-C, cul-de-sac Jones. And you might just see how big of a time star I am right now.
Do I want it? This is in the Urban Dictionary.
Well, yeah, that counts, doesn't it? I mean, come on.
Dictionary.
I mean, don't discredit
It's
the
still a
source.
dictionary.
It's still a dictionary, although from the urban side of things.
Oh, wait, no, Urban Dictionary. An action
You can't say the
used by
last word.
Bubba the Love Sponge to make his sexual partner.
Yes.
Perfect.
Well done.
I mean, that's some pod cred, ain't it, bud? That's some red pill manosphere pod cred, ain't it, buddy? I got you laughing. I got you laughing, Dark Match Chris
a real
Jericho.
man put the dent in the universe, and apparently that's the dent you've put in the universe.
Now, have you ever, the ultimate man, have you ever used that particular technique on your wife?
No, but now I'm curious. I'm gonna have to figure it out.
I'm going to show you right now. Okay, I'm going to show you if you watch the thing. Okay, now, if your woman was there's the two techniques. There's the curveball and the come here. Okay, now a pitcher throws.
I'm really aware of the shocker, but keep going.
Okay, yeah, and the shocker is another. Not every girl's into the shocker. That's a little barbaric, if you will.
Yeah.
So if the woman was on all fours, then you would do the curveball technique, which is kind of like this, like a pitcher throwing a curveball. And then if the woman was on her back, you would do the come here technique, like this. Boom.
I see.
You learned something. I got you smiling. God. I mean, we're best friends. I'm going to be on Feel It Up soon. I promise you.
Yes.
Feel It Up.
Now we got to get Sterling and you in Reno.
Yeah, exactly. It's Rollo Tomasi, best-selling author of The Rational Male, also this ongoing YouTube series. Basically, trying to get men to understand that you can still be a man in today's world. What and with your fans and your listeners and stuff, Rollo, what's the most common question a guy that might want your advice asks you? Like, what's your most common question?
How do I get my girlfriend back? That's the number one thing. It's like, how do I make this work? How do I get her back? How do I?
So it's like a guy who lost his girl. She's maybe with another dude.
That's the number one question I'm asked. I get a lot. I mean, there's a variety of things that I get asked, but that's
how do you answer that? How do you answer that question? How do you answer? Like, hey, Rollo, my girl left me.
I say you don't. You don't.
Exactly.
You eject. It's what you I've got a series of rules. There are like 9 iron rules of Tomasi. Number 7 is never root through garbage once you've taken the can to the trash can to the curb, because what you thought was worth rooting around for is never really what you thought it was. And that's just sort of a metaphor for these guys who end up getting into a relationship, and usually the breakup's initiated by the girl, and they want to find some special way or some secret formula or some secret sauce that's going to bring her back, and they're going to have this idealized relationship when in fact it's pretty much over, and it's time better spent for them developing new relationships than it is trying to repair or rekindle something that is pretty much gone. And most guys come into this space because they are at a point of crisis, or they're at a point of trauma where like what they have believed or what they've been doing for so long isn't working for them. And I got to stress the fact that we don't advertise. The manosphere is here. It's been here for a while, and I hate even to really even call it the manosphere. It's really the male self-improvement space now, I think, is what we should probably call it. But guys come to it usually.
I like manosphere much better.
It's a slave name. It's usually as a exactly. So I got to remember that. Yeah. It's usually as a result of these guys sort of. That's why they call it the red pill. They've been doing this. They've been living in this sort of a dream state where they think that what they're doing with women, or the game that they have. Everybody, by the way, has game. It just depends on how effective that game actually is.
You might want to start incorporating. You might want to start incorporating my technique, my friend. That might be one of your. Yeah. That might be point number 10.
That's an aspect of the manosphere right now. Too.
That might be point. I mean, don't get mad at me.
You have to write another book.
I'm going to give you. I'll give you. I'll give you permission to go ahead and make that number 10 if you want for free. I won't charge it. I mean, Just saying. The two
there's a really great book called Sex God Method. I think you probably should check that out. It's pretty funny. But I was just gonna say, is like a lot of guys come to the space, but not because they, they're looking to sort of be the top G. They're doing it because they want to just simply find that one special dream girl, one-eyed as soulmate, that they can just sort of call their own and settle down and have that one girl. They're not trying to be players. They're not trying to be like, pickup artists or anything like that. They just want to be able to understand and have the social skills necessary to relate with women to the point where they can at least, get laid for the first time or get a kiss at, 30 years old. And I think one of the tragedies of really the last 20 some odd years is with the rise of social media, we've seen a dysfunction or just a complete retardation of social skills for guys that, our generation, Gen X, we just take this stuff for granted. Or
I take for granted the girl that I'm going to blast tonight's going to wake up and make me breakfast. I mean, I'm not going to be with her. Period.
Yeah, and the fact that you would even be able to go and meet that woman live in real time.
Right, you had to hunt in real time.
Foreign language.
Right.
Yeah, there was a time where you had to. I mean, it's one thing to meet people on Tinder or Hinge or Bumble, which is the way we do it right now. If you look at the how men and women meet in the 21st century, all it is online. All the things we used to meet women through like clubs. We used to meet them through friends, through school, through church, through family, whatever.
Fans, don't forget group. Don't forget fans. Don't forget groupies. Damn it!
That was your bread and butter.
I'm telling you, groupies were my bread and butter. I mean, how many oral sessions I got?
That was my game as well back in the day.
My God, I had girls waiting for the station for Metallica tickets that would give me oral for 10 minutes for free.
I mean, weren't you a roadie?
No, I was a radio personality at night, and I could have. Oh man, you don't even believe what things I went through. Oh my God, I could write a book.
Well, the way we meet people today, or the way men and women meet, is really through online media. It's primarily, it used to be Match.com. It used to be eHarmony. It used to be like Plenty of Fish and these profile sites. Now it's just swipe left or swipe right.
Or DM on Instagram,
Exactly. And Instagram, by the way, is the #1 dating app on planet Earth right now. And so it's no longer, hey, can I get your phone number? It's follow me on Instagram and I'll see if you're cool enough to hang out with, because it's all perception. It's all smoke and mirrors, really.
And then all that world's fake in itself, right? I mean, all that. I mean, that can be as good or as honest.
Filtered.
Please. And filters. Let's not forget about filters, Rolo. Let's not forget about filters have ruined the world.
Man. Go get Face App. Everybody, your best friend is Face App, right? I mean, and then of course, what happens then? You finally get a meetup. You finally get to the point where you're meeting with this person, and they don't look like what their Instagram is. I was talking to a guy. I won't rat him out, but a guy who was a cosmetic surgeon, and there is a huge rise in what's called Zoom dysphoria. Have you ever or dysmorphia? Have you heard of that before?
No, only a smart guy like you would know the cutting edge of that stuff. Tell us immediately.
Well, you and I are on Zoom right now, right? And you probably got the make me look better Zoom filter.
No, I'm a fat 56-year-old out of gas one.
Well, okay. Yeah, at a certain point, that doesn't work anymore.
I got the reverse filter. I got this is what I really look like.
So
oh my God.
You can impress in real time.
So what's happening is you've got primarily women who, because of the pandemic and because of the new work from home dynamic, and everybody has Zoom meetings now. And suddenly they want to look like what they think they ought to look like, courtesy of the facial smoothing and the whatever.
Or they think they do look like that
on their social media. And so they'll go to the cosmetic surgeon and say, make me look like I do on Instagram. Make me actually look like I do on Zoom. And that's why they call it Zoom dysmorphia, because so many people were using it, and now their self-impression or their self-image of themselves is courtesy of their online persona or their online brand that they present. And now in this case, it might have been, people that they work with, but now translate that into the dating community, into the dating society, and into like the sexual marketplace. And Well, maybe you want to go and have your face lifted or done up so you can look like you do more like on Instagram. And so it becomes a very real problem, I think, for, because everything is about perception. And then once you get to the point where you have to meet that person face to face and talk to them, that's when the social skills that you don't have make you sound, retarded.
And the fact that you can't, the communicating face to face is the last option. Like, that's the end of the road. Whereas, it used to be where things start.
Yeah, everything is a buffer for rejection right now.
The Rational Male is his YouTube site, his books as well. Rollo Tomasi. He's kind of, I don't know, he's kind of a old school guy that is trying to help men get into this space of feeling better about themselves. And it seems like the last, 10 to 15 years, the world is just trying to make men soft, and men are going along with it for the most part, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes, because they see it as a form of game. They see it as the more that they identify with the feminine, the more that they are get in touch with their emotions, right? We've heard that for really since the late 60s, early 70s. Men need to get in touch with their feminine side. Men need to express themselves emotionally. Men are the more perfected man looks like a woman. That's essentially what it comes down to.
In today's world, right? You want to kind of fem yourself up a little bit, right?
Do you think academia has anything to do with that?
Oh, absolutely.
Right, like indoctrinating these kids, right?
Yeah, academia is the downstream effect of that for sure.
Right.
If you go and you look at the statistics for it, at least in public schools, let's just say, from the time a kid is in kindergarten until you are in some cases postgraduate school, 78% of your teachers are going to be female in the United States, and it gets much broader in Canada and the UK as well. Teaching is done by women right now. It's by women for women in the style of women. There's a certain way that women teach that men do not teach. So right now, we have such a lack of men in education.
Real men.
Well, real men, but it's the thing is that the guys who get into that, I mean, think about all of the money and the training and the student loans you would have to do or you'd have to take on to become a teacher as a man today. And think about the low-paying aspect of that. Think about the status aspect of that, and then think of the risk factors if you don't toe the feminist woke
agenda.
Agenda. Then all of the 8 years or whatever that and the money that you spent in getting that degree in education is out the window. So it's not as appealing to men as it is to women these days.
And not only being a few years younger than me, we all grew up. Your generation, my generation, maybe Blitz's your generation. We all grew up with that strong male teacher. Like I had a guy named Mr. Digatano who was my sixth
like a coach or something.
Yeah, and they were coach, and they didn't put up with no crap, and they were like, they would yoke your ass up and throw you in the hallway, and you could be a guy could be a real man as a teacher. I don't even know that a man that's entering into the teaching workforce can even be a real man. He's got to be like, this fem job deal.
Well, gender is fluid, Bubba. So
we raise our boys as if they're defective girls today.
Interesting.
And you think about all the psychological, mental, cognitive development that a kid does between say 5 years old and 10 years old. And that's a critical if you know anything about child psychology, that's a real critical time in a child's life. That's where they start to develop abstract thinking. And all of that is sort of influenced right now by a very feminine primary way of educating our kids. And so when you have women in the education space, they tend to teach to a female female student. And so when Johnny acts out and he's not learning like all the little other girls in the class, then we put him on Ritalin, then we put him on Adderall, then he has behavioral problems. Now suddenly we think he might be autistic. Let's drug him because he's not behaving, he's not learning in the same way as all the other kids in the class, which are all female or all being
so
taught.
If little Johnny's in third grade and he's just a regular little Johnny like you and I were, and he brought a baseball bat to school, and maybe he threw a rock at the window, and maybe he
had some dead birds in his backpack.
Now that's that was just a kind of a badass back when we were growing up. Little Johnny's rough around the edges came from the other side of the tracks, and then little Johnny ended up working in the factory and being a real rough dude. Now, when you're in third grade and you're little rough Johnny, they try to Ritalin you up and try to make you conform and fem you up, kind of. But not only in education, but it seems like in in society, that's where we're headed. That's what we're doing.
Yeah, exactly. Anything that serves a masculine imperative is usually labeled as toxic masculinity.
I think that's what my problem is. I'm a toxic male. I think that's my problem.
You're just a toxic person,
by the current definition, yes, you are. I am. Pretty much any guy on planet Earth could, in some way, shape, or form, be considered toxic.
Well, so can women, right?
It's on the sliding scale as to like whatever serves a female imperative and what doesn't. So that's like I was saying. There's no such thing as toxic masculinity. There is only masculinity, and there's the aspects of it that are convenient to women and that are inconvenient.
I don't know. I'm pretty toxic. I got a sex tape, and I've been caught with a bunch. I mean, I've killed a wild boar. You know, I've been on trial 4 times.
Tape. That should say something. We're
hold on. I tell you
tape.
one thing. I'm the guy that got the most. I'm the guy that acted like a bitch on the sex tape. I'm the one that got the bitch side of the sex tape. I wasn't even on the good side of the sex tape. I got canceled because of my sex tape. Hogan got 141 million, and I lost my job on my sex tape.
I remember that too.
Oh man.
Well, I think it's funny to think that those used to be so scandalous, and now we live in the age of like OnlyFans and
right.
So my wife had sex.
You can monetize it now.
Yeah, I mean, my wife. I let my best friend who was I let my best friend have sex with my wife. Big deal. What's the big deal about it? I mean, I don't know. I lost everything because of that, though. It was horrible.
Now you can take that and monetize it on OnlyFans. Now that's mundane.
Yeah, it was about a decade too early, Bubs.
Yeah, my timing's way off.
Do you have a big female audience? And if so, are they coming to you with questions, or is it just mostly just trolls?
I have a female demographic. I'd say probably about 5% of my audience.
Okay. I'm definitely in there.
Rolo, I hate to interrupt you, but when I look at my demographics on YouTube and Facebook and stuff, I'm about 8%. My show.
So you got me. Yeah.
No. Meaning, I'm Superman. Like I'm a super male. Like I'm just saying, I need to be as successful as you on this deal.
Well, I kind of like that. That's the sort of the breakdown right there, because the women that I do get that are sort of my fans, I call them my sister wives, right? They are very supportive, and they really, you at least you get the women who are really
get
sort
it.
of on board with what you're talking about.
They get it, and they're cool bitches, is what they are.
Well, and it's people always ask me, like, where do you get the most hate from? Like, do you get are feminists coming at you, or is the woke mob coming after you? And I'm like, no, it's guys. It's usually guys who don't want to have like the truth forced upon them, and it's really hard for them to sort of break that those idealizations that they've pretty much built a life around.
Like kind of the sunk cost fallacy. Like they've been investing in this bad way of dealing with women their whole lives. They don't want to believe that, so they just keep investing in it.
They go through what we call the red pill rage. When they come into the material that I've been putting out for a long time, and other people too. I don't want to just claim complete responsibility for this, but when they come into the space, a lot of people say, well, yeah, that'll make you angry and radicalize young men. I'm like, no, they're not angry at women. They're angry at themselves for having believed this crap for so long.
And they're so far down the rabbit hole, they don't know if they can get out of it.
Yeah, well, they become what I call zeroed out, and so they get to the point where like everything that they have been sort of building or they thought was valuable to them just sort of like is less valuable at the very least. And in the most extreme cases, they're just kind of like, okay, well, I'm cut adrift here. I don't know what I'm supposed to do. And that's a really hard place for guys, because that's when guys get sort of nihilistic and despondent, and they get into what we call the black pill doom phase.
Man, you got all kinds of cool terms. You got all kinds of cool terms. Black pill, zoom phase. I love that.
They don't realize that there's a lot more opportunity once they understand the truth. It's like when they get to when they have their sort of the veil lifted off their eyes, they become, they get angry, but it's not, again, the red pill doesn't exist so men will hate women. It exists so men won't hate women for what they can't be to them. And I keep trying to stress that, because everybody thinks it's all about anger and it's all about misogyny and everything. No, it's not. It's about education and understanding that men have a nature, that women have a nature, and that there is a dynamic between men and women's nature that's been around for a long time, that we just simply want to, we want to cover it up with emotion. We want to cover it up with like beliefs. We want to cover it up. We want things to be a way that we think that they should, rather than look at how they are. And that's why people get really frustrated with me, because they think I'm going to like give them the secret 5-step, 10-step, 12 rules for whatever life step to change, their stars and make them into
less of a
Andrew
pussy
Tate overnight. Right. Yeah.
Sorry.
So I'm just gonna say is that that magic, it's a process. It's like learning a martial art, right? You don't just go from white belt to black belt with a one course or something like that. You have to actually be doing this, and that's hard because guys are facing down like having to rebuild their lives after coming into understanding all that.
Are these men claiming that they're successful with women? Like, why wouldn't they be open to it if they're failing and getting rejected all the time?
Well, I think what's happened right now is it's not the male self-improvement space. The manosphere has sort of evolved, and I think for the better, into aspects of getting your money on point, getting
wealth,
your body,
finance,
getting your physique on point, getting your game on point, which is really where I kind of shine. But it's
just your confidence in general.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be disrespectful to your wife, but man, she better hold on to you because you got some game, buddy. You go right on down to the local pub and pick up any chick.
I'll tell you something. I'll tell you something funny. Is when you'll notice that a lot of guys who are really kind of like, I could say manginas, or kind of like wussy guys. Yeah. They always introduce their wives and they go, "Here's my better half," or "I can't believe I got such a great wife because she lowered her standards to get with a schmuck like me, right?" And when I introduce my wife, I'm like, "Yeah, this is my wife. She's lucky to have me."
That's how I do it. I go, "This is."
It sounds cocky, but it's like it puts that whole thing on point, because I think a lot of guys think that self-deprecation in some way is what will sort of endear themselves to their girlfriends or their wives.
Now, you can do some self-deprecation, like when you make a boneheaded move, but not in formal settings. Like if you make a boneheaded move,
especially as like a greeting.
Yeah, it's a greeting.
Yeah, it's probably not the move.
No, that's horrible. Self-deprecation as a greeting. But if you're working on something and you smashed your finger on the, you'll be like, "Oh, I'm a dumbass. God, I'm stupid. You should have hired a guy that really knew what he was doing."
There's a difference between being able to laugh at yourself and being constantly self-deprecating.
I love this guy. I really do. Rollo, can we have you on from time to time so we can man up? Stop being a bunch of pussies?
I haven't done a regular terrestrial radio show spot since Pat Campbell passed away. But yeah,
we'll be your new home.
Fridays getting up at 4 or 5 a.m. is like, and now I'm like, oh, did I do this for 2 years?
Well, you don't got to do it for 2 years, but once every 2 or 3 months, we'd love to get a Rollo update, and then maybe you can tell some of your cool influencers that I'm pretty cool, and I don't know. I'm trying to get into this networking deal here, Rollo.
I'll let you clout jack, sure.
Yeah, clout jack me, buddy, please. Clout jack me. Rollo Tomasi, thank you so very much. You can find all of his stuff. His number one place to go is his YouTube channel, The Rational Male. He also has a 5-part book series as well. Twitter, Instagram, all at the Rational.
Yeah, my blog, by the way, is therationalmale.com. That's where I actually kind of I think I do my best work on the blog, because it's where I sort of sort out my ideas, and just I'm kind of coming back to it now after a big layoff. But that's where a lot of the stuff in my books come from, the essays that I've done over the course of really 20 years, but certainly since the last 10.
You're a very smart man, my friend. You
the
make me
YouTube
feel
channel
like
is great. I really do enjoy it.
I watched it a few nights ago where you're breaking down that Tony Lauren girl.
Tommy Lahren?
Yeah, Tommy Lahren.
Oh, boy. Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
I watched a lot of that. Too bad she's so damn hot. I mean, I agree with you and everything, but I mean, she is.
According to Rollo, she's past her prime. So
I know she is kind of past
in her epiphany phase.
I still would blast the hell out of her though, unprotected. I'm just saying, I would.
Yeah, but then you'd have to wake up and listen to that voice in the morning.
No, I would. Listen, I have a very quick technique where I get the hell out of there as quick as I possibly can, and then
he Ubers himself home.
Hey, Rollo, I was great having you, my friend. And Anna, thank you for introducing me.
Thank you, Rollo. I appreciate you waking up so early for us.
And thank you, Anna, for introducing me into his
Absolutely.
world. I didn't know
it's
about
fun.
Rollo until
I like this
about
stuff.
2 weeks ago when I started following him, and I really like your stuff, Rollo. I really do, and I think that you're very smart, and I look forward to talking to you every once in a while if we can.
Yeah, you got it, man. Anytime you want.
Rollo, thank you, my friend, and good luck to you. We look forward to having you back, bud.
Thanks, Rollo. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye, Rollo.
Right.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Anna, thank you for booking
that
for
isn't that
me.
great?
Thank you for booking that for me.
We learned so much.
I got to go into words because I'm running late, but thank you, Rollo.
The Bubba Radio Network will return after this.
That was great.
Did I do okay with them?
Yeah, you did great.
Because I don't know much about that.
I know.
Oh,
But you know about being a man.
Oh, motherfucker, you don't even know how fucking much of a man I roll. How I fucking roll around.
I've heard the stories. I've seen the documentaries.
You don't even know how fucking heavy-handed I am.
Stories.
Like I said, I want to fuck, and you're gonna cook me breakfast in the morning, and you better make sure them towels are done.
Dad channels.
And you might want to swim over to fucking Publix and pick it up some shit.
Yeah.
On your card.
I don't know if all of us can pull it off like that.
Baby face. In chat.
It's not baby face.
What?
I said, what's up, baby face?
Oh.
What time is your show with him today? Is that
4?
4. Hotel, what is that guy saying? Hotel P. Jesus? What's up, Bubblehead?
How do you know that, baby face?
Listen. Is Babyface your real name? Babyface?
Oh, Babyface.
I mean, we know his real name.
Just like we know Cretan Travis's real name.
Well, we do now.
Yeah. JB4. Good morning, nice Julio.
What's up, guys? Julio. Thank you, JB4. That was fun. I like the Manosphere type stuff. I always feel like I'm behind enemy lines. Thank you, Swifty Jones. Woohoo! DJ next one. Is that a new person? Aaron Clary. Thank you, Gary Cantrell. Good morning. Otep goes on Joe Rogan, but he does a lot of radio. What is he, like, Manosphere type stuff? I've never heard of him. Maybe you're spelling it wrong. I'm pretty in the know with Rogan, guess. Maybe not. Who's this guy? Hotep Jesus?
What's up, Yeah Doe?
Wait a minute, is this a... Wait a second. Oh, I don't know what this is. French conspiracy. The Atlantic slave trade was a myth and was financially unfeasible. Whoa! No, I didn't even look into this guy. You know, I love me a good conspiracy. All day, every day. Oh, fantastic. DJ next one.
29 months.
I'm gonna look up that Hotep guy. I didn't know who he was.
Hey, whose little fucking cookie roll-up gimmicks are those? You seen them?
Yeah.
Whose are they?
I think they're for everyone.
They're
Usually the
for,
Blitz
like,
puts them on the
Christmas.
counter.
Good as fuck.
They are really good.
Those little pirouette things.
Yeah, I'm gonna go get one and show you. They're fucking so good. I've already eaten to it. I hope they're not anybody's. I get in trouble for eating.
I think they've been around since like last Christmas.
I think so too.
By all means, help yourself.
I hadn't touched them because I figured Blitz found them in the pantry.
Yeah, no.
Oh, he's not in there. I was trying to see if he was agreeing with me.
Fucking Blitz came in here. You know what he's gonna say now.
What?
Predict.
Thanks for eating my food.
Yeah.
No, those aren't his.
Can I tell him they had a pre-authorization
Yes, you're fine. Those have been sealed for like 4 years. They've been here since Christmas 2018. You're good.
They're good as fuck.
Are they hollow in the middle?
No, they got little.
Oh, chocolate. So you can't use it as like a straw. Because sometimes you can use it as a straw.
Oh.
Yeah, those are good. Yeah,
Show's over.
Good stuff.
Show is over.
Those are really good.
Be careful with my belt, motherfucker.
That's why I'm carrying it. I don't just lay it on the desk. I carry it. And see how I keep the gold against my shirt? So it doesn't scratch. Huh? I know, those Rolos are good.
Hey, you're probably so fat now that belt won't even work.
Oh, no, look at me.
That's easy peasy. I got like,
you need to get to the gym.
I got like 12 inches on the backside.
You need to go with
get to the
Bubbs
gym.
and
Get some that
Jesus Christ. Save some for the rest of us.
What?
Your quads are like Tom Flex. Jesus.
God, those are nice calves.
I've been blessed for that.
I know, I can tell.
I mean, you gotta get your fat ass in the gym.
But then I won't be a fat ass.
I mean, you gotta get to the gym. Soft.
I'll do some push-ups outside.
Yeah, but you ain't doing no push-ups.
I think I said that though.
Live from the Sunbelt Rental Studios, it's the Bubba the Love Sponge Show. So as I get out of here, we'll do an after show. We'll start it exactly at 15. I'm out at 45. I gotta get all my, I gotta go get my blood work analyzed. Thank you to Rolo Tomasi. You know, Bubba Army, this is how stuff works on the networking podcast / social media stuff, YouTube, is that Rolo Tomasi, who has about 153,000 subscribers, will mention us or maybe use some of that, and some of his people will become Bubba Army. And in turn, some of my Bubba Army will go over and check out Rolo's stuff.
That's good.
And if you do go check out Rolo's stuff, let it be known that you heard him on my show for the first time in a nice way. Then what Rolo does is he goes and talks to some other his big guys that have 300,000, 400,000, 500,000 subscribers, and they have me on their show. It's just a big back-scratching deal. And I gotta think that I'm as compelling as anybody.
Oh, yeah, of course. Absolutely.
Well, I wasn't expecting you, let me
Yes.
to validate how good I am. I
Pretty
was
good
looking
blitz
for
came in.
The best, cuzzo.
And he hasn't attacked you on the Rolos.
What?
I said he agreed with it too.
No, honestly,
It was a great interview.
Did I do okay?
Yeah, fantastic. You have an uncanny ability to connect with people from any walk of life, which
For
is
real?
great. Yeah. You disarm them, you make some jokes, you get them laughing, and, it's not
You
so
see my
serious.
technique, don't you?
Yes,
see
your
my
cul-de-sac Jones technique. We saw all the techniques. It was great.
Thanks.
Proud of you.
And I think that Rolo would consider me to have done a pretty good job, and maybe he'll talk to the Fit and the Furious guys for us.
Fast and Furious, the guys?
Yeah, I mean,
I'll talk to Paul Walker for you.
He'll be on the Paul Walker show next.
He's on the phone with Paul Walker as we speak, and
That would
if
be
you got a chance
amazing.
to book Bubba, do so. A lot of people would listen to that one.
Everyone would listen to that one with you and Paul Walker.
The after show will be on YouTube, Facebook, maybe Twitter, and Bubba Army Radio with the tuning.
We won't be on Twitter.
What? I mean Twitch. Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, BubbaArmyRadio.com. Tune in. And Lummy's sports show live tonight, right, Lummy?
Yes, sir.
Going 3 deep on that too.
The filthy and babyface.
That's at 4 o'clock. After show in 15 minutes. We'll see you there.
Thanks for letting me finish. You're listening to the Bubba the Love Sponge Show, starring
me, Bubba the Love Sponge,
operations manager and co-host Blitz K,
Co-host and show historian Lummix.
Co-host Anna Hummel.
Co-host Dr. Dan Diaco Esquire of Council. Co-host J. Diaco Esquire, the Spitting Cobra of Council.
Rhett, the filthy ginger video editor.
The BRN agent, Thomas Buttoned Up B.
And for everything else, go to thebubbaarmy.com.
Now, time for the legal disclaimer.
Exactly.
The Bubba the Love Sponge Show is intended solely for the enjoyment of our listening audience. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, or other use of this show without express written consent of the Bubba Radio Network is
Never
prohibited.
actually. We must dissuade him of this delusion.
No, that's
Until
the
next
thing.
time, always remember.
What do you consider? I mean, I might have crossed the line. No, I don't. I consider crossing the line. You and I could have as much beef as we want. I know we never.